damn it. You know, and then Tekken comes out, and I'm like, yo, because like if you want to be a good fighter, and then like
focus on one,
and then like 3 of them are out, you're like, man, this is, you know, it's like it's almost like playing a gas game. Like you know, it's hard to. So I, like, man, I don't know. Like I'll probably get it later on just for the story and stuff like that, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it to be competitive because I really want to focus on Street Fighter and stuff like that. Sure. You know, because I'm loving Street Fighter. Oh, I love it.
I haven't been into Mortal Kombat in a long time. Like I'm talking PS2 days, like Armageddon.
Oh, wow.
Alliance. I played 9, 10. I didn't play 11, but I played those, and it's like they were okay. It's just not my style. Like I prefer more. The best way I can describe it is free flowing, like Tekken and Soul Calibur. You know how you can move and attack, and it feels like the character is flowing. Whereas on Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, they kind of stop and punch and kick, and then keep walking. So you got to jump a lot to move forward and shit, or do certain attacks to move the character forward. And when I saw MK1, it's like they stepped up the pace a lot, and it looks fantastic. I specifically love the character select transition because they do a close up to them and they say something to each other, right? But the map is loading while that's happening, and then it just zooms out. Right, it doesn't fade to black with the loading bar. It's like all seamless, and that's awesome. That's really sick.
All right, no. So are you gonna get it? Did the gameplay get you interested?
Probably not day one. Not day one because I love Tekken better more. But definitely getting it. There's way too many games this year, man. Like I'm not that rich, bro. Like I don't got that much money to be spending on all these years, fucking, especially in October. There's too many shit coming out in October, man. It's crazy.
Oh man,
October's packed.
All right, so right here, this is about to happen. Xbox. Let me see if I could put this in. There you go, theater mode. Hey, show's about to start in about 5 minutes or 6 minutes 54 seconds. I want to say. Where we at now? We got, welcome my friends, my family, my fellow gamers as we start trickling in. I know today might be light because, everybody's streaming the showcase. So whoever decides to join, hey, welcome. But hey, let's get to it. Hey, so call me Jay. Last minute thoughts. Is there anything that changed your mind from the last time? Is there any new expectations?
You mean so for the Xbox showcase? Yeah, for the showcase, I just hope overall it's good. Like the pacing is good. They show a good bunch of games, but for me, obviously it's not about Xbox winning over PlayStation and whatnot. But to me, for Xbox to have a great showcase, it just has to have some first party game that I'm like, okay, fuck that shit. I'm gonna get that. Like I need to get that. And when they were teasing the showcase, right, they were doing a lot of sparkly purple and bunch of colors. And the only game that's like that, that's kind of whimsical in a way, is Fable. Yeah. So if we see Fable and it says this year, I'm going to be like, all right. Or early next year. This year or very early next year. Like, I'm in. That's it. That's enough for me.
So you love Fable?
Yes, I played all of them. Okay. The only one I didn't play was the Kinect one because I didn't own a Kinect back then. I bought it late, and then I kind of forgot that game existed. And then Fable Legends, which is the one that got canceled on the Xbox One. Nope, that game didn't look. I'll play Fable because it's single player RPG, and that game was not that. Okay. But yeah, Fable 1 was great. Fable 1 was hard. Fable 2 I beat it multiple times, and Fable 3 I beat it like twice. My favorite is 2. So if we see Fable, hell yeah, bro.
Okay. I played and beat the first one, but then after that, I wasn't really interested in the franchise.
Right.
After the first one.
It's kind of hard to come back.
But it did, after I played the first one, it didn't gravitate for me to keep playing it. This was on the OG Xbox.
Yeah.
I played the first one.
Yes. I say if ever in a million years you're like, oh, let me try Fable 2, it's gonna be hard to come back to it because it's so outdated compared to newer games that we're playing now.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that even with PlayStation games. Like some games, if I missed, because there's a lot of games, right? And if I missed out games, regardless of previous gens, I don't go back to it because I would imagine by this point it probably didn't hold up, and it probably wouldn't be a good experience as compared to if I would have played it during that gen.
Yeah. something that my girlfriend showed me, because she has a PS5. She was playing a PS2 game, Red Dead Revolver, and I'm like, does it have trophy support? Because I know first party games like Siphon Filter got trophy support for their backwards compatibility
Red
games,
Dead
right?
Revolver was a
And she checked. That was a PS2 game.
yeah, but it wasn't.
And she
Oh yeah, it wasn't a first party game though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I asked if it has it, right? Because I knew for a fact that first party did, and she said, yeah, she showed me, and I'm like, that's dope. I like that because that incentivizes people to go back and play those games, right? People that love trophy hunting, right? And that's something I wish Xbox did with their backwards compatibility for the OG Xbox. Because I bought all. I'm a massive Splinter Cell fan. I bought all that shit. I bought it on PC, PS3, not PS4, and Xbox 360, and the Xbox One digitally. I bought them all multiple times, bro, and I just couldn't play through them on my Series X when I owned it back then because there's no trophy support. Like I might as well just play it on PC ultra wide, 100 frames.
They need to do that. I mean, I know it's challenging, but
it'll be great.
Like the incentive of playing a really old game, I think is niche. I don't think there's a lot of people. I know there's gamers out there, but there's not a lot that's willing to do it, right?
Yeah.
I think if they want to gravitate and get more gamers to do it, like in a much bigger capacity, they're gonna need to add some stuff. They're gonna need to add some enhancements. Agreed. I think trophy is like the number one obvious thing, because even I will be like, and I'm not a big trophy hunter, right?
But it's nice to hear.
But it's nice to hear it. Get it. And then it like the trophy kind of reminds you of some of the things you accomplished. You know, like I beat that boss, or when you can say I beat that boss. You know, and boom, you have whatever. You know, kind of like it.
Yep. Like the old Splinter Cell games on Xbox, they ran at 480. At 4:3, so it's like the old TV, the box looking TV, right?
Yeah.
So when you play it on the widescreen, you have the black bars, right? And that's something that I feel like they could have easily fixed because I already did on an emulator on PC, despite having the native version on PC. But it's easy to do. I wouldn't care if they didn't touch that at all. As long as they had trophies, it's enough incentive for me to replay those games because it's just, like I said, I'd rather play it on PC. But if it has, I look, like we've talked about, Steam achievements are boring, and those games don't have achievements because they're so old. But if they were on Xbox with achievements, I would have played through them. They still got my money though, because I still bought those shits. So it don't really matter.
So he goes, so what's up, chat? What's going on? Hey, let us know, man. What you expecting? Right here. Yes, time to show why Xbox Series X eat monsters for breakfast. Oh, Ruhan being messy. We a minute left, and he already want to see. He finally want to see the 12 T flops. 12 T bags of power. Oh, man. Here we go. We're expecting... Listen,
I would be surprised if we see a game that I'm like, oh, what? You know?
Listen, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give Xbox... We're about a minute away. Listen, all I really, really, really want, I only want is one thing. Actual gameplay of Hellblade. I don't care. I don't even care if it's... Well, in fact, I don't really care if it's PC, Xbox. It doesn't matter. Just let me see Hellblade 2. Give me something credible, something that I know it's Hellblade 2, not no mythical weird shit. Just play the game. Just show it, hey, here's Hellblade, play it. I don't care if it's on the Series S. It doesn't matter because I'm going to play it on my laptop. So I'm going to play at the settings I want or I'm able to. Yeah. Just give me Hellblade and a release window. I don't even need a date, right? Because I know sometimes a date is too hard. But give me a release window. Just spring, fall.
This year,
right. So we're about to start.
Next.
Okay, we're kicking it.
All right, let's go.
Let me know if you can hear. I'm gonna raise the volume.
Okay, it's a first party.
Oh, we're finally doing this, are we? Because I was going to make a sandwich.
Oh! Okay. It's Fable!
Yes!
Let's do it.
Wait, is
What do I think about heroes?
Oh, shit!
Well, we've all seen them, haven't we? Swanning about the place with their disproportionately high cheekbones and comically
Oh my
massive
God.
weapons.
Wait a minute, is this like a trailer? Just like
Roughing up bandits, 'cause
It looks
they like to
CGI.
rough up bandits, don't they? Living it up with the common folk every single night.
I like the direction of the
On a day-to-day basis,
graphics
I'd say
are
the
going.
true heroes me, someone who's breaking
Yeah.
ground with fruit,
I like the direction.
with veg on the agricultural side of things.
It feels it looks like Fable, like them talking, being kind
That's what
of
they
silly.
Wafters.
Yeah, well done.
Oh my
See, I'm
God.
not here to slay legendary beasts. I'm here to conquer the vegetable, not a euphemism.
Ooh.
Let's face it, the age of heroes is over. This is the age of innovation. This,
People are saying to raise the volume a
is the
little bit.
age of death. One moment. This is awkward.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So that is some gameplay. Come on, man. Come on.
How's the volume now?
Come on. Oh,
No date?
no release date. Okay.
It's
God
probably
damn it.
it's probably still a long way off.
Yeah. I'm glad they got it out of the way. It's a world premiere, first party again.
Volume good, guys?
Compulsion. Oh, Compulsion. Finally, they're making the new game.
All right.
Bones. Been a while. So, you remember that favor you owe me? I'm looking for a creature. Huge, sneaky, teeth like knives. No? Well, hey, how about you guys? No? Nobody? Not helpful. Sneaky.
Hey, we didn't see nothing much of there, but no release date either. No gameplay.
I mean,
Oh, massive. Is this Avatar? No, Star Wars. Oh shit.
oh, you
Massive are the people that made Division. Oh,
think-
I'm ahead.
I think you're ahead. Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's all right. I'm like, wait, what?
Hey.
World premiere.
Let me see.
These are dangerous
I
times.
think you should wait.
least
Are you
that's
watching the
what I
Twitch
hear.
stream right now?
I'm watching. No, I'm watching the Xbox.
The YouTube?
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Hold up. Yeah, you gotta
But the world here
I'm gonna put in your Discord
belongs to
in the
some
general
kids.
a link
Yeah.
to the Twitch stream. It doesn't have the ASL chick.
All right.
Yeah.
If I want to survive, I have to play their game.
Because YouTube only got ASL or audio description, which is like, what the fuck?
Oh no, I got one.
Alright, good.
On second thought, I'm out. On second thought, I'm out.
Oh, 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 oh.
I've been held back my whole life.
There you go.
And now
Hey man, all y'all mad about the ASL? I'm trying to be an inclusive podcast. Damn. Just trying to be inclusive.
Wherever that takes me.
I'm here to offer you a way out, okay?
Bro,
Get off
Massive
my
is
ship,
like
Jalen.
working on so much crap.
Give me a chance. You're gonna have to trust me.
Massive is working on the
Dangerous.
Avatar game as well.
Risky.
Yeah, are they?
On this
If
shit.
you pull this
Yeah.
off, you'll never
We're working on
look over
the
your
Frontier.
shoulder
I'm gonna
again.
be on your Ubisoft.
Just trying to be inclusive here.
Star Wars Outlaws.
And great. Now I'm gonna be chastised for going woke. Unbelievable.
The underworld shows no
Okay,
mercy.
Ubisoft is gonna be the best showcase. What the fuck?
This is
It's
pretty
a
good.
big galaxy out there.
Smart of Microsoft
Risk it all.
getting them
Yeah.
on there, cause like it's third party, but
Marketing rights.
this looks good.
So far.
What's happening, gentlemen? No gameplay yet, but yeah. So
Wait, hold on. Is it on Game Pass? Cause that's really all right. So not on. Oh my God, this is a first. But this is smart. This is smart. Not every game has to be day one Game Pass for you to make it relevant for your platform. You just
Well, it shows you
Yes.
that
South
who
of
they have
Midnight,
third-party
Star
marketing.
Wars
I'm happy
Outlaws.
that they're not pushing
Welcome
Game
to our
Pass as
first
much.
ever
They're just
double
showing you,
feature.
hey, on console, on the
Game
Xbox, motherfucker.
Showcase, followed by a
Yeah.
deep dive into one of
I
the
love
most
Massive.
important
Massive
RPGs
make amazing looking
ever
worlds.
made.
Yeah, you have to
So,
remember
whatever they
that
do-
game. Yeah, go ahead,
Gaming
Jay. I'm
is
sorry.
the most
Go ahead.
powerful
Nah, go ahead, man.
entertainment.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that
It
game is
challenges,
multiplayer.
it connects
That Star Wars game is a
It's just
multiplayer.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
I mean, listen. If people are cool with multi-plats on PlayStation, then let's keep the same energy. It is what it is. It is what it is. People were beating my head. Porter, you gotta understand. You know, people just want games. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Mobile devices to PCs to consoles. The lineup we have for you today is just
Sarah Bond.
incredible.
Beautiful woman.
These are the works of the very greatest creative teams from around the world. We made this show for you.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing Phil Spencer's old ass.
In Xbox
I know,
history.
right? Biting
You
his lip
are
and
the
shit. You
heart
don't know
and
what the fuck
soul
to
of
say.
Xbox. Your passion drives us, and you are the
Fair,
inspiration for the
I
visionaries
don't
whose
remember that
games we
game.
showcase today. From me and all of the team. at
Oh, I agree,
Xbox,
Light Strife.
thank
PlayStation
you.
got clowned because of multiplats.
This next game is from Thunder
Yeah,
Lotus,
and again,
I know.
the
the multiplayer
award-winning
game they
studio
have shown. Well,
behind
they're all
Spiritfarer,
multiplayer on PC,
who've gone back
but
to their
the
combat
Star
roots
Wars game
with an
shows
amazing
you that
co-op,
one,
raid-focused action
Microsoft
game
has
that is
a
uniquely
marketing deal
theirs.
in place for that.
Yep.
That's
All
that's
right,
all it shows.
everybody.
So that's
It's
good.
time.
That is good. So that's
I am
all
glad.
we're saying.
Yep.
World
That kind
premiere.
of shows that they are willing to take those marketing deals and not
That's-
put them on Game Pass.
And they need to.
Yeah,
Yep,
they need to
agreed.
put it right. And again, the Star Wars game for everybody allegedly will not be on Game Pass, and it is a multiplayer game, so everybody can put it back in their pants. Okay.
Dude,
But-
Ubisoft is my favorite publisher, even though they fucked up a couple years ago. But they're coming back. Splinter Cell, Prince of Persia 2D and 3D, Assassin's Creed, Mirage VR as well. Fucking Avatar, fucking Star Wars, a new Division game next year. Dude, these guys are going crazy.
Yeah,
They are going crazy.
I agree. And Sony has the Assassin's market.
Yeah, they got Mirage.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Did they also? No, it wasn't. That was Meta who showed the VR.
33-player co-op.
That's crazy. The level scaling is gonna be insane.
And you'll have to hold in the
Next year.
get one man on.
Listen. I'm not mad about season 2024 because 2023 is already packed.
I agree.
There's too much shit in 2023.
Man, my eardrums is
Payday.
getting destroyed right now.
That quarter rock. Can you make the screen bigger? You can be on.
I mean, it's as big as it gets.
What happened?
I'm just asking.
Yo, I can't. Yo, my eardrums is getting destroyed right now. Like, holy shit.
What do you mean, like the video?
No, because to get everybody to hear, I have to put the volume up. But this shit is coming through mad loud through my headset. And these PlayStation headsets, for whatever reason.
All right, guys. It's a
Let
simple.
me see,
Okay.
hold on. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this.
Just in and out. Nothing to it.
I would lower the. Oh yeah, there you go.
Let me see. Let me see if the headset.
If you can't do that on the headset,
No, I can't.
Okay, lower the stream by half and then go to your OBS and put the desktop audio
Everybody
higher.
hit the floor.
So that for you it's gonna be a little lower, but for them it's gonna be louder.
Put what? Say it again.
So put the video like halfway down, right? Or like a third. And then put the OBS desktop audio higher. The little slider on it. Yeah.
Let's see.
Honestly, this Payday just not to shit on it. It looks like Payday 2 with just like some graphics mods.
I agree.
Hopefully it's good. Payday is always fun. Payday's going hard as well because they just released a mobile version as well. And it's Payday 2 but mobile.
Now, isn't this a multi-plat as well, Tommy J? Well, you got to remember you're ahead of us. Yeah, we're still watching.
I apologize. I'll wait like a few seconds before I open and start seeing.
It looks rough. I'm assuming it's an alpha or it looks kind of rough. But like you said,
How's it now? To the chat.
Oh, that is coming to Game Pass day one.
Light Strife, are we louder than the stream?
Yeah. So Payday on Game Pass.
Yeah, Payday 3.
How's the sound? How's the sound now?
World
There's Atlas. Is this going to be that Persona game?
You good? All right. Yeah.
All right, great. Great.
Oh, this Persona?
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, this guy leaked, unfortunately.
Yeah.
This would have been a big announcement for them. I mean, it still is because it's gonna be on Game Pass. So people that play on Game Pass are like, "Oh, what the fuck? They got a bunch of Persona games on Game Pass."
Yeah.
I said this morning on my podcast. I said if they get Persona, that's fine. It just means that they. I mean, these are independent studios. They can make deals with whoever they want.
Yeah.
Hit the like button. Retweet this out.
A lot of first-party studios are showing up. This is good. This is what we wanted to see. What the fuck is this?
Early 2024. Again, my understanding is Persona is a multi-plat. It'll just be on Game Pass.
Oh yeah, no, it's a multiplayer. Yeah. People, there was like initial talk of exclusive. I'm like, nah, that's not.
What is this?
Man, relax. You need a 5-second listen. You need a 10-second delay.
Is this the game that I think it is?
Got a nice goal.
Okay.
Okay, no, this is different.
This looks like Assassin's Creed.
This is different. This is different.
No. What's this?
This is not.
This is not Avowed?
Nope.
This is Obsidian.
I saw guns.
Oh, it's Obsidian. No, isn't Obsidian making Avowed though?
Yeah.
Yeah, Obsidian is Avowed.
Yeah, but this is not Avowed because I saw. Well, maybe they added weapons to the game.
Well, remember
right?
the first trailer was very simple.
It was just magic. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is like you can see the hands moving and shit when he's doing power.
Yeah,
So yeah,
this could be Avowed. They just added guns.
Is it my TV or do these games look rough? I mean, I'm not mad.
I mean, it looks a little pixelated because of the stream.
So number one, I never judge the graphics too harshly on any stream because of buffering.
You want us to trust you.
If you want a better look, you have to wait for the 4K upload.
For the 4K.
That's
Yeah, I think that it looks great. This game looks great.
Yeah, you have to wait for the 4K upload.
It looks a little bright. I thought they were gonna go more darker.
It's running
because of
it's running on the Redfall engine.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Here I am being
Bro.
messy.
Okay, bro, you want to be messy? How the fuck the facial animations on this game look better than freaking Starfield? What the fuck?
Hey, it looks good.
The alien, the alien looking dude.
Oh, man.
2024. Damn, dude.
So now that you have all this,
I like that beard.
Bro, already 2024
this
is
looks-
getting packed.
I like
what are you
it.
gonna do with it?
Obsidian are great, bro. I'm sure this
like
game is
it.
gonna fucking be insane. 100%. Rare.
Was it bad? Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, this is the first L of the
2024.
stream.
Ray, hold on. 10 seconds delay. I need a 10-second
Oh.
delay from you. 10-second delay. Just when you see something, count to 10.
I'm watching it in 4K, and it looks rough.
Yeah,
So-
but the buffering.
I'm not getting that. Yeah.
No, from their back end. Like, wait for the 4K upload. It's like watching a 4K movie streaming versus having it digitally downloaded and you're watching it off your hard drive. It's it's gonna be a better.
Well, no, you're right, but I'm
Effects.
watching it in 4K.
I know that. This guy don't get it.
Yeah.
But I understand. Oh,
But no, it's like watching a TV. It's like streaming a TV show. Yes, in 4K. But then when you compare it to a 4K movie downloaded on your phone, you're gonna see it's better.
now,
So
Monkey.
so far
Island
every game,
is-
has looking great.
Right for you. A big ship, a luxury
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it just looks a little bright.
What is this? This is more Sea of Piss.
It's a DLC.
Yeah.
It's DLC.
It's Monkey Island though. Monkey Island.
I mean,
very
it's alright though. I mean, but some Xbox gamers apparently like this. It has a community, so
Oh yeah, big community.
So I
So-
see you have a meet and greet ticket.
can't really be mad.
And I guess
They're
it's
supporting
This
the
is one of their
community.
bigger games.
This is what Gas
Agreed.
does. Hey,
This is what
PlayStation,
gas should be.
PlayStation dudes, get used to that. Because if Sony makes Gas and it's successful, you're gonna see DLC for that game at every showcase.
Right.
It's perpetual.
You know, the game came out. It wasn't bad. It just didn't have a lot of content. But now, right, it being a gas game, it has ridiculous amounts of content. It's just not for me.
That's like No Man's Sky. It didn't have a ton of content in it when it started. Now it does now. But you're right about that.
Things may be very different from the Sea of Thieves.
I think the big thing on No Man's Sky, they never really explained in the beginning what their plans was. People assumed, because even I assumed, granted, I didn't see a lot of information and maybe I was looking in the wrong place, but I didn't see like a blueprint of how they were gonna make it grow. So when I first played the game, I'm thinking, man, this is trash. But I didn't
here's the
think
thing.
that over time it's just gonna develop into what it is now. They didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't really get
No,
that.
there was none. Here's why. Like, the developer, Sean Murray, the director of the game, he's not a spokesperson. He was the only guy that went out and started talking shit, right? So imagine you being at Colbert's report. You'd be nervous as shit. Everybody asking you questions. You're like, yeah, it's gonna be in the game, yeah, for sure. But the reality is that the deadline didn't let them do that, right?
Yeah.
So I saw a video that were talking about their story and their history, right, with this game. And after the game came out, they were like, yo, just put your heads down, start working, don't worry about it. And then Sean Murray, he directed all the negativity, all the comments to his computer. And the rest of the guys that were working on the game, they're like, yo, just chill, work on the game, don't worry about it. And this motherfucker went and sorted all of the comments based on who played the game and dropped it, who played the game and loved it, who played the game and hated it, who didn't play the game, and that's what they started to do first. So their whole mantra, I guess you could say, they don't tell you what's coming.
Oh, man,
They
is this
just
Flight
drop it.
Simulator shit?
It is.
I'm waiting to see if it has a 60 FPS bump on Xbox. That's what everybody's waiting on. The fact that they're adding skydiving and firefighting, that's fine. That's fine, because it's a games as a service. That people don't need to understand that about Flight Sim. It is a games as a service.
Now, imagine this game in VR. I'm just saying.
I agree. VR.
I'm just saying.
It's on VR PC.
I think you
haven't tried it.
I think you Xbox guys.
No, this shit is not running on Xbox and VR.
No. I'm saying but I'm saying I think the Xbox guys, for allowing Microsoft to not go VR because they understand the business ledger, I think you guys are missing out on experiences you can only get through VR.
Agreed.
You guys love Forza. It blows my mind how you guys don't want to play Forza in a VR environment. In this game, it blows my mind how you don't want to play this game or skydive out of this game in a VR environment. Blows my mind
Agreed.
you guys don't want that. It blows my mind. I mean, it blows my mind you guys are more about the business ledger than experience. So no 60F. At least
No,
for
that's
another.
unfortunate. Yeah, no announcement there. Boo.
Hey, Craig, I'm sorry. We have to keep it real. Did Xbox say it was going to have a 60 FPS? So you can't be mad at your own expectation. They never said.
No, they never said it was a hope. It was just
No, who? Microsoft said it?
No.
These flight simulator fanboys. Now they're about to meet Big Chocolate, who's doing double life.
Here we go. I agree.
What's his name? Chocolate Thunder. Your flight simulator community is about to meet Chocolate Thunder, and he's doing double life.
Okay, that expansion is coming November 23rd. No, it was this part. It was just in a Discord. They said, would it be cool if we got a 60?
Well, the Discord's about to be Chocolate Thunder, and he's doing double life.
Well, no, look. The problem with the PlayStation community was that the PlayStation community only put out exactly what they were going to have, and the PlayStation community still went off, and it was going to be this. Here we go.
Here we go. Hellblade. That's it. This is all I needed. This is all I needed. All right, we already seen this. What are we doing?
Today, we're taking you deeper into Senua's story. Her personal quest,
a
unique perspective on the world, and the intimate
not as hot as Sarah Bond. Sarah Bond, the hottest woman I've seen so far.
What you'll see today is all captured
the
by
misogyny in this podcast. My God, I can't do ASL, and I got nothing but misogynists. Oh my God, I'm gonna be canceled. It's over.
Now this is gameplay, correct? This is what we want to see.
That's it. I like it. All right. I need also a release window. You don't even have to give me a date.
Slipping.
Ooh. Is that the voices?
Following the threads of her mind.
Hey, listen to your headset. If you listen to a speaker, put on your headset, because I think we're listening to the to her nutcase mind, which I love it. Oh, I love that in games. We need to have more games like that, man.
I agree.
Games that just drive you insane. I mean, technically, lack of games on Xbox could drive one insane.
Now, this is the first game that they've shown with gameplay. We're 25 minutes in, we finally got gameplay.
No, it's not.
No,
what else did they show with gameplay?
No, it's not. Fable had a segment of gameplay. You were fighting as a miniature. Yeah.
That looked like CGI to me, but okay. That's fine.
It's all right.
Yeah, cool.
I can feel them everywhere. The lost ones. They are
now, granted, I'm so glad I'm seeing this, and hopefully we get a release window. But remember, some of these games are promises from 2020.
Yeah. Sure.
This
is like 2020 remastered.
This reminds me of Soul Reaver.
Yeah, 3 so far.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm loving the voices.
Yep.
I'm loving the voices.
That will be cool in the headset.
Man, if this comes out, it is, man. The first one, like some people didn't play it with a headset, and that's just like, to me, that's like 70% of the experience.
I agree.
You have to play, and I'm glad somebody, I forgot who told me, they warned me and said, play it with a headset. Do not play this game with speakers. And I'm like, all right, because I'm normally not a headset gamer. In fact, it was this game that made me a headset gamer. I was never really a headset gamer. I prefer like a soundbar, just because I didn't really care.
What do you want me to do?
If you notice, when she waved at her reflection in the water, it was delayed. As if it's like there's a mirror world.
You were lost. Not anymore.
Are you ready for what you will find here?
What we will find. What if it's all for nothing? What is that? There. They are waiting. There. It's them. It's you. What will we do to us? Touch it. And feel your mind. Your voices. All the parts of you that are broken. You can be whole. All the grief. All the rage. All the fear. Everything I've seen. Everything I've done has led me to this place. We've come so far, not far enough.
Next year.
Say it. You are ready. Tell them.
I mean, we're not seeing gameplay, so it's kind of getting me nervous.
What if we get lost forever?
Well, again, I did not. Her walking around to me is it's fine. I have no issue with what they're doing. I would just like to see her combat. That's just me, though. We'll see it later on this year.
The reason why I'm kind of nervous because if they don't have gameplay, Houston. All right, 2024, but
like I said, I don't mind 2024 because this year's already packed.
All right,
yeah, we're pretty much having.
All right, 2024. All right, I guess. You know, I wonder if there's gonna be some backlash. I have no dates.
So they got a bit. You know, if we had a bingo card, right? They showed
Yakuza.
They showed gameplay, quote unquote, but no combat.
So
yeah, that's a letdown. But I'm good with the game. I'm good with the 4K.
No gameplay. I mean, I could have guessed 2024 in general. I was hoping more like spring. So I didn't really get what I want out of this. I didn't get what I want. I didn't get gameplay, which I think by now there should have been gameplay. And I didn't get and I didn't even ask for a specific date. I just wanted a window. 2024 is way too big of a window. I mean, even I could have guessed that the game should be out by 2024. But now I have no idea when in 2024. So
I wouldn't be surprised if it's late because there's so many of the first party coming out next year. I think the smaller ones are gonna be in the beginning.
So I didn't really get what I wanted from Hellblade.
Yeah. Except we got the voices confirmed. The voices.
I mean, yeah, but
so get a headset, people.
All right, how long am I gonna be standing at this man's ass? Like, all right, I get it. Like, goddamn.
Oh, it looks like it's gonna be in the U.S. because everybody's speaking English but him.
Early 2024. Okay, again, that is a multi-plat game.
Does it really matter?
It does and doesn't, I guess.
I mean, you know what? If you're early 2020, if you're it's not even Game Pass. Is that day one on Game Pass, or is it?
What's that?
I didn't
Yakuza? Was that day one on Game Pass?
It didn't say.
Really?
No, it says Xbox and Windows.
So that means it's not day one on Game Pass. That's surprising because they were able to get. Oh, what's this?
The first one was day one.
Fallout?
The first
oh shit, yo!
Don't get excited, bro. You're not gonna play this shit.
What? Fallout?
I would, but this is not.
What is this? Is this Fallout 5?
This is 76.
No.
DLC.
No, shut
I told you. I'll play it for you. I'll let you know. They're not showing anything new for what I'm seeing.
I don't really. Whatever. It's fine.
Where the good times never end. There are relics to uncover from a time before the war.
Yeah, I don't play 76.
So far, I'm giving this show so far a B. It's a B so far. It's like the PlayStation. Solid B.
New unknowns. Yes, from Appalachian settlements to Nuka World on tour. You're never short on things to do or places to explore. Think you've seen it all, eh? Well, how about this? Pack your bags for an escape of Epicurean bliss. Put your rat
Holy cow! Why am I sneezing, bro?
Coming soon.
I think I'm allergic to Xbox showcases. My allergies is acting up.
Now you know.
This trailer was not needed. Like, it didn't show nothing.
Why is this old?
Previous DLCs. So the trailer itself, no, but the gameplay that they showed, it was just previous DLCs. They were basically marketing the game. Hey, look all this.
So this is just marketing?
Yes. At the end, they said Atlantic City, so that's new content coming. But it's like, where is? We didn't see that. At least I didn't see it.
So this is just Atlantic City, but they didn't show anything.
This is like them. This is them talking to people that don't play the game. They're like, look at all this shit, and it's on Game Pass.
So it's marketing.
Basically. Yeah,
they're marketing Game Pass. So far, I'll simply say I'm disappointed with the lack of gameplay. I am happy with some of the announcements, however. With the windows, like you all said, Porter Rock, about the 2024. Yeah, I would have liked a more specific point in 2024.
It's gonna be hard to defend lack of gameplay.
Yeah.
Because again, these are games that were promised back in 2020. So like for like the PlayStation Showcase, I understand the criticism, and it's still rightfully so. The showcase is dog shit. But keep in mind, we're asking for new stuff on PlayStation.
Yeah.
For this show, all we're asking is promise what you said 3 years ago. And you're still not showing gameplay.
I don't, like I said, I'm disappointed on the lack of gameplay. So I'm being honest with you.
I think the only new first party, if I remember, that we saw gameplay, or not gameplay, but the new game from them, it was the one from Propulsion Games.
Yeah, technically, that's the only new announcement that we didn't know about.
Yeah, because we knew Fable, we knew Avowed.
We saw a bit more of Avowed though, but it wasn't live gameplay. But I see a lot more than the first time. Yeah. But given how long it's been,
exactly.
Yeah. This Capcom game looks gonna.
Yeah, this Capcom.
Yeah.
This looks cool.
Yeah, and I still think Sony made a mistake not buying them 5 years. In my opinion. I don't feel some kind of way like a streaming thing. That is on Game Pass. Okay, that's if they win. So that's actually good. That's good. That's third party support.
Photo Rocket's gonna love this next game.
Path of Goddess.
You're gonna fucking love this shit, dude.
All right.
Don't say nothing.
All right, that Capcom is they want Game Pass. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I agree.
This one,
it's good. It's good. I will have to say Capcom providing day one support. That's interesting.
Yeah.
This new one is gonna be on Game Pass too.
Yes.
General Motors' historic commitment to
You're gonna love it.
is embodied in two of its iconic brands.
That's pretty cool. What we're looking at right now.
Y'all let me know when this part is over.
The V
I have a problem with this trailer. I don't care
spirit
about the fucking
to a whole new level.
These cinematics. Just jump straight into gameplay, dude.
And hybrid power.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. But they're showing some nice
legendary
talk.
Corvette has been a
there you
celebrated
go.
champion for decades. The all-new Chevrolet Corvette
I don't trust nothing
E-Ray
this motherfucker says.
Continues that
He always
tradition.
says from the ground up,
General
from the
Motors
ground up,
is proud
from the ground
to
up.
usher in
Y'all let
a
me know
new
when
era
this
of
is
competition.
over.
With the
All right,
innovators
here we go.
behind the
In-game
new
footage.
Forza
Captured
Motorsport.
on 4090.
Are you serious? It didn't say that.
No, it just says in-game footage.
Forza Motorsport and General Motors are pairing their strengths in technical excellence and sophisticated modern design.
Yo, if they have VR on PC for this shit, and on Xbox,
experienced gamers. I'm thrilled to welcome the Cadillac
It's like
Avowed
it's like the game. It's like the flight sim game. Yeah, that you were getting robbed if you don't play it in PC. I agree.
Yeah.
It's a totally different way to play. It's typical Forza, however, looks
I don't know
good.
why they're showing customization, because their customization sucks because of licensing.
I know you're ready.
Yeah, I agree. Gran Turismo has them beat on the customization, bar none. But they have in-game. They have
I
damage
like the
in their
accessibility
car,
thing that they're doing for. Is it
over yet?
right?
No, not yet.
I can't cap on this one. If this may be early footage, but this does not look very good. So, with that said, it's probably early footage.
Yeah. Wait. Okay.
The tracks.
Okay. Wait 10 seconds and it'll be done. Done for me.
That was your best.
Okay, release date. All right, good. Alrighty, that's good to know. We finally got a game coming out this year.
I better have VR support.
Let's see.
Better motherfucking have that shit.
You mean on PC?
I mean, only on PC though.
Yeah, of course. I don't care about Xbox. On PC.
Yeah. Well, you can build a PC right now, a good one.
Wait,
an AMD build for $700.
Oh, don't get excited.
Starfield has a separate direct, so
yeah,
they have their own deep dive, and that's where we're going to learn everything about it. This game looks pretty good.
P-Rock, get up! Shout out to Donald Brown with the super chat. He says, P-Rock, get up, and let's go to Tam's to eat. Laugh it out. You know what Tam's is since you and Kelly? No, I don't actually. What's Tam's? Nobody put me on, Donnell. Let a motherfucker know. What is this? Oh, this goes online probably.
Yeah, it is. ESO.
I haven't played ESO in a while. Yeah, I used to play the hell out of it, man.
Yeah, me too.
I had to stop.
it can take over your life.
Yes. Hey yo, Donnell, what's up? What's Tams? Better not send me to no brothel. My wife will whip my ass.
I mean, is it just me, Call Me Jay, or is this, I mean, I know I'm looking at a stream, but does it just look kind of rough? I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I'm starting to think that your 4K OLED 120 hertz $2,000 TV is just off.
I think it's missing a few CUs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that the game looks bad. It just doesn't look like anything spectacular.
Donnell Brown, another super chat. He said it's a hamburger spot in the hood. I don't know, man. With my old fragile body, I ain't hood material no more.
Yeah. Shout out to the hood. Yeah.
I ain't about that life no more.
Yeah, we ain't about that life.
I ain't about my man think I'm still like that dude in Memphis. What do you think I am? You think I'm Jay Morant, bro? Like those things are over. My man still think I'm wilding out like John Moran. Like, bro.
I think that kid wants out of Memphis. I think he wants out. He wants to go play for the Lakers.
Shadow Overmore or June. Yeah. He might not even play in the NBA if he keeps doing what he's doing.
I don't disagree, but I think he's trying to get Memphis to get rid of him. So, or to let him go so that he can go to Los Angeles. That's where he wants to play. He is from here. He's from Kentucky. He played at Moore here.
They've taken over most of the city
I
and
know a
they're
little bit
rounding up
about
Omnics. They need our help.
People are answering Vincent's recall.
Is this Overwatch?
Is it?
Yes, sir.
This is the multiplayer game, though, right?
I think they're showcasing the co-op mode.
The co-op. Okay. It's multiplayer, right?
Yeah, it's multiplayer.
Yeah.
All right. Not multiplayer.
They scaled it down because it was going to be a lot bigger than this. But I think they're just making missions and a little bit of cutscenes here and there.
As if I didn't have
Back then,
service.
what they were supposed to do was skill trees and shit like that, which was gonna be ridiculous. But I guess it was too much for them, I guess.
Shout out to Randy the freaking Ram. He says so far 6 out of 10, maybe 7 showcases. That's fair. I'll be like a 7. I think a 7. I think a 7's a fair.
Yeah, they're not done yet, guys.
I know. I think so far.
I say let's give it to him.
So far,
Right now, my only disappointment is Hellblade.
I'm not
expecting more.
in it. You mean the release date?
No, like that. Yeah,
not even the release date.
Lack of release window and no gameplay.
Oh, I see.
2025, but like
that's all I
was
wanted.
expecting to see gameplay.
That's all I wanted. Gameplay and a release window.
I agree.
All right,
Because we saw her walking and shit. We saw more gameplay before than this.
Yeah.
Like this was just them saying, "Look, Xbox Series X footage. Shut the fuck up." Basically.
You know. And I didn't even have a high bar for Hellblade. I just wanted a little bit of gameplay and a release window, like spring, fall, summer.
Yeah.
So
Now,
that's not a huge expectation.
True or false? Square Enix is dropping Final Fantasy demo tonight at midnight.
I'm not playing it.
I'm not either. I gotta go to work.
The game comes out like in 11 days. Why would I play a demo?
Again, I'm just asking.
Unless it's like a trial, where it's the game itself, and then like when you buy the game, you continue on. Then I could do that. Then I would work with that.
Yeah, I see. Another Persona game. Again, I've never played Persona, so shout out to everybody who likes it, but I just don't see what the big deal is. But shout out to everybody who loves. I mean, people.
I beat Persona 5. It's a good game. It's a good Japanese RPG. That's really what it is.
Fair enough. Because that cat with the mask on, I can't play something like that. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm not mocking it. Shout out to everybody that plays.
The Rebel Corps will always help the Phantom Thieves. Just as the Phantom
I'm not going to deny there's more, and there's more PlayStation quote people watching this. Like, and this is what I said on my podcast this morning. They're going to be more. Yeah, there's more PlayStation. Hold on. They are not in the ecosystem, and they're watching. And it's kind of like you're gonna see who the real.
Shout out to Donnell Brown. P-Rox wants to beat the next Zion. Oh hell nah, hell nah. I know why you trying to say. Don't get me in that. How you have baby mama drama with 2 porn stars? Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Can't be me.
Why? Let me wait 5 seconds more. I will for Paul Rock to be like, why? and then I'll speak.
No. No.
Why are they showing this here? They're gonna have their own fucking direct.
Like I said, I'm not saying no. It looked good though, but we gotta see gameplay.
Put Fallout 3, not 4, because 4 was worse than 3.
Wait a minute, is this Starfield?
Not that the field
Yeah.
of stars
Why?
is so vast.
Yo,
I thought they had their own direct.
that's what I'm saying.
We have measured it.
I think they just want to have it just so that it's this standalone showcase. Has
I guess for the people that don't want to watch the direct, because not a lot of people is gonna stick around for the direct.
Yeah. So
Yo, Mark Woodland. What up?
The biggest issue I got with this game is that it's not you can't fly from space to a planet, seamlessly. You gotta go through a loading screen. That's the only thing I don't like. Cause like I'm already spoiled by
because we're committed.
No Man's Sky.
Come on, man. Come on. To be fair, that Xbox ain't got the power of the SSD like PS5 does. You need that SSD.
Storage, right?
You need that D.
Xbox.
You ain't got that D, though.
That's true. You ain't got the D.
The tools. They had the tools, right?
No,
but they got lost in space.
But they don't got the D. They got the tools.
They had the they had the tools, but they got raided in Starfield.
But they got no D.
Yeah. That's disappointing what you just told me, Call Me Jay. As somebody who plays these games, I gotta go through a loading screen.
Nah, I bet you someone's on PC is gonna make a mod where it's not a loading screen.
I agree. I mean, you're right. You're not
the
wrong.
graphics is great. I like the graphics. The combat, that little bit of combat that I saw, that was Fallout 4 right there.
Be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel. Human settlements throughout
When he
the
jumped and started shooting, that was just Fallout 4 with like super jump.
Well, that was you're right, but it was more like a Mass Effect Andromeda. That looks like.
Someday I'll play that game. Someday.
Well, you have a jump pack and you jump around, you can shoot guys. I mean, it's nothing wrong with what they copied.
September 6th. Do you think that what is it? Do you think that Mass Effect 4 is going to have General Shepard? With the same
Commander Shepard. We'll see. We're gonna find out. We're having it in. I think they are gonna have it in 7 day. So.
Oh hell yeah!
All right, so September. Yep, I have to. 4 months.
That's close.
Yes.
Glad.
Yeah. So that's 2 games coming out this year so far. We're at 2 games this year, right? Payday. Well, Payday.
Well, Payday's not Xbox. It's third party.
Okay.
Are we talking in general or first party only?
I was talking. Well, in general, we're up to 3 then. If I'm correct.
Honestly, I'm not paying attention.
Okay.
I see the release. I'm like, oh, nice, and I just forget it right after.
Okay. I think we're up to 2 games for Xbox coming out this year.
Yes, that have release dates for this year.
I like that thing in the back. I like that. This game will be fun in VR.
Oh, we already got this shit in VR well, at least on Quest. I don't know if PlayStation has stuff like this. I mean, I heard that Horizon is a climbing simulator, so there you go. Oh, okay. There's a lot of climbing in that game.
Haven't got
what they said? Wait, what they said about Starfield? I missed it because I had to take allergy medication.
Oh no, they just showed the graphics. To me, I think they look great. The combat kind of feels like it kind of looks like Fallout 4, which is to be expected, right?
Did they mention a date?
Yeah, September 6th.
Yeah, September 6th.
Very close.
All right, that's good.
Right when NFL season starts. So they're gonna be fighting Madden. Was that Madden come out in September?
August.
Was it August? Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, but Madden's like consistent. It's like
true.
It's just that like games like Madden, 2K. That's not even a factor because they've been consistent coming out
this
the
game
same
looks
month,
really nice.
the same year every year. So
it looks really peaceful and nice. It looks honestly looks like it would be on a PlayStation Showcase instead. It reminds me of like those types of Flowers and Journey type of games.
Yeah, I agree. This is Don't Nod, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This looks like something
very cool.
I mean,
it's probably gonna look really nice on an HDR OLED TV.
This does look like something you would see at a PlayStation event.
Yeah.
You know, like Journey and all that stuff. The Pathless.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is not bad.
Now that game I will play. That did look interesting. No release date though.
Oh yeah, it said this year though, right?
I didn't catch that. It said play it on Game.
Yeah, it was this year, but no specific date.
Fall 2023. All right.
I mean, so far I'm not seeing anything that's gonna quote unquote force Sony to do something, you know. But
even if they had a game that looked and played better than Spider-Man, it still wouldn't make a dent. Because like I said on the last 60 FNL, they've been having so many duds and L's. Like, you know, if this is a good showcase so far. Next year has to be like this or better, and then we'll talk about that.
Yeah, with gameplay, let's see some more gameplay. Which I know we'll get gameplay at the Starfield Direct. I'm not worried about that. Still waits the D. What the hell? When is it coming out? Early 2024. Okay, yeah, they're packing 2024.
Yeah, I mean, this year, like, specifically October, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Can't be broke.
I'm gonna fucking eeny, meeny, miny, moe a game and then forget about the rest.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, that's cool. I mean, that doesn't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
This is different. Jet Set Radio. Must say I'm disappointed in the lack of gameplay, but games do look good, which was expected. I don't think anybody expected the game to like trash. I agree with Porter Rock. The lack of gameplay so far.
I mean, this looks cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's got puzzles. I ain't playing.
It looks like it has variety.
Yeah, I ain't playing it. They got a puzzle in it.
They got
nope.
Oh shit.
All right, well, this announcement leaked, so
it's pretty cool. Oh, they stack in 2024,
aren't they though?
But how many games are multi-plat though? Multi-plat versus.
Oh, there's a few. There's a few that are multi-plat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm very excited to be returning as Johnny Silverhand in the upcoming expansion for Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. This new adventure reunites Johnny and V on
now my version of this
and introduces
the irony and irony people talking shit about Sony's gonna buy CD Projekt Red, and not only was it not true, which obviously it wasn't, but here they are on the Xbox showcase.
They're a lot closer to Red than to me. If they said Remedy, even Ubisoft to a certain extent, that would have at least been believable. So, but I said that this morning. I'm like, I don't know why people went with that.
Plenty of stuff to do. I know the team at CD Projekt Red.
I mean, CD Projekt Red got a loan from Poland
for Series X quality mode settings. Okay, so it's mimicking.
And I really can't wait.
The only reason that was a stupid rumor and that some of the PlayStation guys grabbed onto it is only because one. And I said this, remember, like months ago, that if Sony wants to compete with Xbox with Western RPGs, they need a Western RPG developer, because Xbox is bringing the heat when it comes to Western RPGs. So CD Projekt Red is a good remedy to counteract that. That's the only reason.
That makes sense. No, that makes sense. But
whether it's going to be true or not, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, but to me, Ubisoft made even more sense. So I'm like, okay, after listening to Reforged Gaming, I could see them trying to get Ubi before CD Projekt Red or Remedy before.
I just hope we stop talking about this acquisition shit. I'm so tired of hearing about it.
Don't talk about it. Yeah, people brought it up to me. I like, dude, this is stupid. So
What's
now this is a multiplayer.
The reason why I'm excited a little bit for this is because technically this is like a re-release of Cyberpunk, because this DLC is not coming to last gen, and they said they're
well, the last DLC didn't come to last gen either.
Oh really?
No. They cut last gen systems off, starting with the last DLC.
So they're technically reinventing the game, but on next gen only and PC. Yeah.
They moved on.
It's gonna look.
They probably realized trying to make the game for last gen was a good portion of the problem.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Like, come on, man. You want probably how are you gonna try to make a game that's bigger and more ambitious than Witcher 3 on old ass hardware?
And Witcher 3, when it came out, it also had problems. They had to reinvent pipelines and shit to make that game run better on the last gen consoles.
Yeah.
So imagine this game has a lot more stuff on screen.
Someone ratted us out.
Well, it's still disappointing it's running on PC. That is.
I never got
Idris Elba.
Yeah. This leak.
I mean, this is a PC developer, so it's to be expected.
Yeah. No. I'm not. You're right, but I'm disappointed because to me, I was saying this morning. They needed to show all these games running on the Series X. I get it, like
that's
you were
not
saying.
gonna happen.
Oh, 926. Okay.
You might as well that's not gonna happen. The whole show it on Xbox Series S. They're not doing that.
They haven't done that since the 360 era.
I don't disagree. That's why I'm disappointing. I'm not mad.
Once they went day one on PC, that's out the window.
High end.
They're gonna show the game at its best.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right, but it's still disappointing. I mean, I'm not mad.
So
it's disappointing. Is this what Sim City or what PC does best? And there's nothing wrong.
I would
with
play this if I didn't have to manage the resources and shit. I don't got.
You're right. I like doing that though. Like, you can have crime waves and stuff like that. And you can have high unemployment. People move out, and then the hood takes over.
So is it a new City Skylines or is it a different game?
I just don't have
It's GTA 6.
the artistic vision to do this shit. I played one game, man. My design was so fucked up. Didn't even make sense. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, it didn't make no sense. Like this shit, I would never be able to create this shit.
Then you delete one thing and it breaks the whole fucking area.
City.
I would never be able to. I would never be able to do anything near that.
Yeah, I play Surviving Mars, and I always start with 9 women and 4 men to go up there first.
Oh wait, what is this?
Another Atlas game? Oh.
Okay, never mind.
World premiere.
I mean, it's good that Xbox is getting Atlas support.
Yeah.
They're still fighting for Japan, which I have to give them credit for.
I'm glad, yeah.
That's good.
I mean, they kind of have the perfect storm, right? Because they're making deals with these Japanese developers, and they have Game Pass, which is super accessible, and they have a Series S, which is cheap as shit. So this is their perfect storm moment. If this doesn't capture the Japanese market, then...
内なる英雄の姿に変われと。
真の王を志すならば打ち勝ってみせよ。
僕のいる世界の出来事は君にとっては絵空事。
まさか人間？
この国は今有史以来の危機にさらされている。どうやら面白い力を手にしたようだ。
主君に捧げると決めた覚悟そのものだ。
これこそ人間の真実だ。
道は二つに一つ。
またあったね。やはり君は興味深い。
今こそあんたたちがそうなる前に。
正義かどうかじゃない。誰もが恐れと不安に負けそうで。
理想を貫け。
何が正しいのかわからない。
全ての始まりはあなたの持つ
You're right, a lot of world.
幻想はただの絵空事なんかじゃない。
Yo, watch PlayStation put a tweet out. All these games coming to PlayStation.
Yeah, you know, eventually
they do the same shit.
I would. Sony would be stupid not to do that.
Hell yeah.
I am disappointed.
Yeah, a new first-party game. Oh, it's wait.
Humanity's cities
this is like Civilization.
Our people's only means of survival.
Oh, it's called
is to seek sanctuary.
Because it showed from a top view. Oh, okay.
In the Belfry.
Oh, this looks cool. This looks
you must
badass.
Explore this world.
Oh, another co-op game. Put on your headsets and call in the
Find
B2.
the origins
Hell
of this
yeah.
evil. And bring hope back to our people.
So a big W that I'm giving Xbox is that a lot of their first party games are making just all sorts of games. They're not just like racing shooter, which is what they were known for. This is not something I expected on a 360 from Xbox. So
No,
I'm glad that they're going beyond what they're usually known for.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting the engines in play. I was telling people that Xbox's problem has been the engines. Yeah, and then they had to learn how to use the engines. That's why so many of them are Unreal. Yeah.
Together, you can save humanity.
It's been 1 hour. It's just game after game after game, and Sarah Bond, and game after game after game.
Oh wow.
I've seen a lot of these type of games.
World premiere.
Because they're great to put on Game Pass. It floods.
Yeah, they're trying to make it, to give Game Pass value, which was the prediction.
What's this? In Exile? Okay.
This looks like Fallout, but not Fallout. What's that?
Bioshock
yeah. Type game.
Yeah. Which again isn't bad.
This city is a miracle of
No, saying a game looks like Bioshock is a praise.
This looks like, what is it? Which was the last one? Bioshock Infinite? Yeah.
It feels like Bioshock Infinite, but there's no floating islands.
Yeah. Which again, Bioshock Infinite is one of my favorite games.
I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They really took chances on the content, which is what I really liked. So
it was short though. I feel like it was short. I beat it quickly.
But I did like with that girl. I've always said that girl. What's her name? Elizabeth.
Yeah, Elizabeth.
Yeah, I thought.
Yo, this game looks sick. This game looks sick.
Oh, cool. That was cool.
Oh fuck. This is okay. Yeah. This is a big dub. This game looks sick.
There is nowhere in space or time.
I hope that they go through with what is shown here, and I'll explain it in a bit.
And to me, I've said this before.
Ooh, the time aspect, I like.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like, yeah.
All right, I like that.
This game looks sick. I like that.
What
so,
do we do?
Okay, still no release date. Fine, fair enough. I can see what they're doing. This is slipping to a C+ for me right now because of the lack of gameplay. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Coming in due time. All right, but it's interesting.
Thank you all for joining us. Today is a special day for me and the team. I'm excited to see 11 games showcased from our first-party studios. We opened with Fable from Playground Games, which will bring the franchise into the modern era while staying true to its British style and humor. Compulsion and In Exile shared their first original experiences since joining Xbox with South of Midnight and Clockwork Revolution. And we are thrilled at how Avowed is shaping up for release next year from the RPG masters at Obsidian. In addition to Avowed, our studios will deliver Hellblade 2 an
Is it
all-new
over?
Microsoft Flight Simulator, Towerborn, and more in 2024. Later this month, players can look forward to Elder Scrolls Online Necrom and Sea of Thieves Monkey Island. As we look to holiday, we will launch Starfield and Forza Motorsport, both built for Xbox Series X, S, and PC. We are also honored to share 14 games today from our creative partners, like Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft Massive in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, 33 Immortals from Thunder Lotus, Kunitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess from Capcom, and more Persona games coming to Game Pass thanks to our continued partnership with Sega Atlas. I'd also like to congratulate the Studio Zero team on Metaphor ReFantazio. It's great to be able to premiere what is next from the creators of Persona here in our showcase.
Right.
We are focused.
Is it
on
over?
putting
So
our
I don't know
players
if
and
there's
game
this
creators
in the etiquette in
first
gaming, but when
in
you do a
everything we
presentation, you never
No matter if you
restate
choose to
everything
play
you
on
show.
Xbox, PC,
That
Do a
is
quick
true.
summarization,
over the cloud,
but you
all
never
gamers are welcome here at
redo the
Xbox.
whole thing all over again.
When it comes to
Yeah.
our console,
Unless he's trying to
Is it
drive the
over?
point home
heard your
of
feedback
what's
on
first
two
party,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
not.
Yep.
First,
Yep.
we have
I
significantly
wasn't
increased
keeping
our
like an eye
supply
on
of Xbox
what was
Series
the
X, making it
the amount of
easier
first party
for
games.
fans to
So you
find
just said like
globally.
15.
Second,
I would say
we know you've wanted more storage
Xbox is
with
lucky
Xbox
Sony
Series S.
punted it into the
And
stands.
I'm excited to share we have some news
I
there
think
as
that-
well.
Okay, so far, right?
Nice. That's not. They're
I
showing
think-
hardware. Oh, they're showing hardware at their software show. Uh-oh.
What is
Oh my God.
What is this?
It's gonna be the
You'll
console
see.
you're gonna buy, P-Rock.
Yeah, you're gonna buy this.
What is
Retrieve
this?
it.
This Xbox Series S,
Wait.
what, in black?
Mm,
Oh, wow.
pre-order today. I'm gonna pre-order it. I gotta get a monitor. We're not done.
Right, because it has 1 terabyte of SD? That's
Yeah,
stupid.
that's it.
All right, here's Starfield.
So,
$349.
It's got 1 terabyte hard thing.
okay, so conference-wise, I think
And now
Xbox
for
did
the
way better,
one
but
more
obviously Sony
thing
also
you've
dropped the
all
ball
been
this year
waiting for.
with this conference.
Prepare
I feel like
for
if
the
Sony
most
like
comprehensive
came
deep
swinging,
dive
it would be
we've
a lot
ever
closer.
done.
Yeah,
But
the
I think
biggest
Xbox did a
game we've
really
ever
good job
built.
with this.
That motherfucker barely sells at $250.
Starfield Direct.
You
I
really
don't-
gonna try to
I-
sell it for $350? That's
I
not how it
disagree.
works.
Yeah,
It should
I
have stayed.
disagree.
It should have stayed at $299 with 1 terabyte and just eliminate the old model. You can't sell. You
I
can't.
agree.
You can't sell it
I
at.
agree.
You're barely able to sell it at $250. No, you're gonna do it $349.
I-
Ain't nobody want that trash.
I think they should have replaced the white one.
It
with
should
the
have
black
just
one.
replaced it, or
I agree.
they should have replaced the original one and make a white and black one for $299, 1 terabyte. That's it.
So again, I disagree. I like the pace of that show, but the lack of release dates and gameplay, I'm giving it a B. Just like the Sony. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
giving it a B.
We got more gameplay here than we did on the
everyone,
PlayStation
thank you
Showcase.
so much for
Well,
joining
obviously,
us
if you're
today,
counting
and
Spider-Man,
welcome
then obviously
to
Spider-Man is a
Bethesda
big
Game
deal, right?
Studios. You know,
But
we've
like
been
they
so
showed
lucky over
way
the
more appealing
decades to
third
make the
party.
kind of
They
games
showed the
that we
new
love
Atlas
here.
game, which
And
is
that's
massive.
thanks to
They
all of you.
But it's
committed.
Well, let's not forget, we still got this.
Jay,
We still got this.
multiplat.
Just as
We
much
still
as
got
Yeah,
this.
we're talking about
And throughout
multiplayer.
all that time,
I mean,
we'd
granted, they
often talk
showed them, but
about
those are
and dream up
multiplat games.
the space game.
Multiplayer.
Wait,
Doesn't matter.
it's not. Wait, hold
Multiplayer,
up.
They did better.
From a play, if you look at the PlayStation Showcase, like literally, that it really is just multiplats.
Where you could go.
Yeah, they both show a bunch of multiplats.
Yeah.
They both showed.
Starfield.
I mean, again, they premiered.
I would say this.
They did premiere.
This
So that's
show
good.
showed more
Technology,
new
all this
first
here in
party
studio.
than the
Yes.
PlayStation
Done so much
Showcase.
together, but
Yes.
well, we've never tried to make a
If you look at it from a first party perspective, they show.
Today,
Now,
we get to
granted,
hear from many on the
again,
team and see so
Microsoft
much
is showing what
of
they
we think
promised,
makes our game special.
but they
So
had
let's
some
jump
new, like
in
for example,
and
the
take a look.
Clockwork game.
Clockwork
Yeah,
Compulsion
That's
games is
pretty
new.
good and it's new.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
Sony.
that-
Sony didn't really show anything.
Starfield is
That's
our
like,
first new
oh
universe
wow, this is
in over
new.
25
They
years.
tried with
But
like
it's still
Haven,
a
but that wasn't that
Bethesda
impressive.
RPG through and through.
Yep.
Where you
Like from a
step
first
I-
party,
I gave both shows a
from
B.
a first party
Of
perspective,
unlimited
Sony didn't show
possibilities.
anything impressive.
But this time,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
gave it
just
a B.
one world.
No Indiana Jones, no Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman is not even
because the choice of where to go.
I know it's a multiple
not
flash,
ours.
but
It's
again, I'm
not.
talking about Sony got criticized hard,
And it
fair
wasn't
enough, for
until
showing
now
multiplayer
that we
games.
had the
Well, so did
technology
Microsoft.
Well, no,
Microsoft
they got
more.
criticized hard for barely showing first party.
At your feet.
Yes,
Like
But they
anything
weren't
new.
supposed to show first party.
Yes, they
What?
were.
Really?
It was
They're
they
not
were.
so- what you mean they're not supposed to?
Dude,
It's
do
all-
I have
listen,
to? Do I have to
Craig,
call out
Craig,
Chocolate Thunder
listen,
again?
Craig,
Show you what
you
their
can
press
visit it too.
conference?
Craig,
What they said?
Craig, I don't care
It was
what
a-
they said. I don't care what
it
they
was
said.
not-
You are a PlayStation showcase.
There you go.
Yes.
PlayStation.
There you go.
Say
No,
it with me.
no, there you go. Didn't care what they said.
PlayStation.
Makeup of the
No,
planet's
you just
atmosphere.
said it.
All
I
right,
didn't care what they
okay,
said.
you know what? You're right. So next time, maybe when my daughter grows up, when I have my daughter, and she said, Dad, I know I'm going to school, but I'm going to bring home Fs, and it's okay, because I'm telling you what I'm doing. Sure, okay, daughter, I accept it. Are you out your mind? I will backsmack the shit out of her. You better get in those books and bring me those A's. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what I
You
say
did
the
not
problem.
care. You did not care about what their press release said. It was about something else.
Yeah.
You can collect
So
It's
okay, that's fair.
No,
That's
no.
fair.
Yeah.
That's
I-
fair.
Listen,
That's fair.
I care on what I pay for.
Mission,
I
maybe
understand.
even
So
Now
that's
a lot
it.
of stuff makes sense.
Something
Yeah, but that's what I was
Right?
saying.
And here's
literally
the
said-
thing. And here's the thing. It's not like it's without precedence.
Again,
Because
let me
that
make this clear.
showcase,
That's what I said.
yeah, that showcase is not in line with almost every other showcase Sony has ever done ever in the history of the brand. It's
I
not.
just said they
You know.
told us exactly what they were going to show, and even though they showed it, people put out what they thought they were going to see.
You know,
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
and they made a stupid decision.
I mean, okay, fair enough. We'll see if the decision was bad.
It
but
is
they
bad.
both showed
The
they
thing
both
is,
showed
here's the
third-party
thing.
games.
The
Go ahead, Charlie.
majority of
Here's the facts. Here's the
you're
facts.
Saying, you're saying that we didn't read the press release, but the majority of people are not reading that. They're reading the title and they're watching it for that.
Here's the fact.
Okay,
Here-
Copy J, whose fault is
I'm
that if
just
you're
gonna
not
say-
doing the reading?
I'm just saying this.
You're not doing the reading. No, hold on. If you're not doing the reading,
We should not
you're
be
not doing
expected
the
to go to a blog and read it as a consumer. I'm not expected to do that. That's for
As a
the fans.
consumer,
That-
yes, you are. No. As a
No,
consumer.
no,
Come on, man.
If I get
no,
home,
no,
listen,
no,
Craig,
no,
Craig,
no,
if I
no,
get home,
no,
listen, Craig,
I
if I get
absolutely
home and I
disagree.
sit down, turn on the
Absolutely.
TV, and I see
We
PlayStation
have
showcase, I'm gonna
proof
click
you
and
can
watch.
take with you.
I'm not gonna go. Let me go read the blog first,
Absolutely.
and then come in.
Listen,
here
if I have to read a blog
And he can even say
to
your name.
pre-prep your showcase, then your showcase is already trash. Because every information I need should just be from the showcase. I shouldn't have to do encyclopedia research. That's not how any showcase on any entertainment thing. Like if Disney has D24, I shouldn't be expecting, all right, let me surf through the internet and find something on D24 so that way I could better prepare for watching. That's not how it works, Craig. It never worked that way. E3 never worked that way.
Disney with
That's not how it
D24
is.
will tell you exactly what they're going to show.
That's not.
And they'll show you who. It's just like Star Wars Celebration, Porter, right? They told you exactly who was going to be there and exactly what's going to happen.
No, that's not going to
your home.
That's not how
But I get it. People
that's
are going to do the
absolutely-
reading. It makes sense now.
That's absolutely. That's just accepting mediocrity.
No, I'm not. If they're
That's
not
accepting
going to do the
mediocrity.
reading, look, I work in a surgical suite. When they give us new equipment, we are expected to do the
That's
reading.
not the same. That's not the same.
But
'Cause
it
how
is.
else-
Okay, I get it.
How else are you supposed to use the equipment if you don't learn and read the instructions? That's not the same. You're asking something that was never done before, Craig. This was never done on any showcase before. Like when we had E3 2016, there was no pre-reading on knowing God of War and Spider-Man was on the show. There was none. There was not. We didn't know. No, there was not. E3 2016, nobody saw a pre-reading that Spider-Man and God of War was going to be there. Had no idea. In fact, the fact that Sony had Spider-Man, that was like one of the biggest surprises, period. There was no pre-reading on that. That was just simply, we were watching it and then we were like, what the hell just happened? Like, there was disbelief across the board that this is actually happening. That's what people expect. Come on now. We're gonna listen. If this is what we're gonna do, listen, Greg, if you want to accept substandard then just say you accept substandard performance. Just say
no,
that.
I accept what I read, and I read exactly.
That's just that showcase was substandard performance for what PlayStation.
If you're not going to do the reading when somebody announces what they're going to show, and you put out what you, and like you all said, Call Me Jay just said it. I'm not going to do that. Okay, fair enough. If you're not going to do that as a consumer, if you're not going to read up on what you're going to consume and you buy trash, that's your fault. If I buy something for $20, it's gonna break.
No. If you establish a precedence and you are considered the best of the industry, then it's on their job to maintain that. If they come out with trash content, then there's trash.
It's a few moments.
I will not give a company an excuse or lower my standard. Sorry. It is what it is.
I never said you should.
That's how it is. That's how it is. I ain't lowering my standard. That's not happening.
I specifically said people should do the reading before they put out what they want. That's it. But if you're not going to do that because of previous standards, that's fine. That makes sense. That's what I thought had happened. And if you listen to my podcast, that's what I said. These people put out what they wanted, and they didn't read what Sony was going to do. That's it. That was it. And that's what exactly happened.
You know what? I need you. You know what? I need you to send me the link. I want to see what you're talking about. I want to see exactly. I want to see what you're talking about. I want to see if they were specific on, we're going to show you generic content. I want to see. I want to see this. I want to see what you read. Give me the link on what you read. I want to see. In fact, send it to me right now. Send it right now.
Right now, I'm downloading. I'm downloading something.
Yeah. You can't send me a link.
No, I'll send it to you. I'll just have to do it later on when I'm done downloading it.
You're on the internet. It's literally copy and paste words and put it in the chat.
Who believes that there's
like, what did you read? Because I'm thinking, I'm going to call your bluff. I don't think you have what you claim to have. I don't think they really actually pushed out a detailed note. I don't think that exists.
Anything goes.
I want to see what you're reading. I want to see this. Sony warned us. I don't think it is. I think at best, all Sony did was, hey, we're having a showcase and it's gonna have some games. I think that's very generic. That's a very generic thing. I gotta see. So please provide me the link.
Drop it in Discord because I don't have permission to drop it.
So drop it in the chat.
Stories, people,
on YouTube
for you to uncover.
I want to see this. We gotta put Greg Harris on trial, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see this. We're gonna put you on trial.
Okay.
We're indicting you. You are about to be indicted.
Is where you'll find New Atlantis.
We're about to get you like Trump.
Major human settlement in space.
Let's see here.
All right. The Senate is demanding to you to provide us this link.
The true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up?
You have been subpoenaed. You will provide all paperwork. We are treating you like Enron. We need to see all documentations, ledgers. Here we go. PlayStation blog.
To this day serves as the
and read the date on it.
I'm gonna read it.
The United Colonies.
We invited PlayStation Showcase broadcast live 1 p.m. time. All right.
Here
we go. A wealth. No, I'm just. Everybody can click on it because I don't want to interrupt from the show.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
A wealth of new games and new IPs are headed to PS5 and PSVR 2. So much to see what's next. PlayStation Showcase broadcast live. The show will run about it over. Focus on PS5 and PSVR 2 games. Okay, in development from top studios from around the world.
All right. So far, nothing about first party. Nothing about first party. But keep reading.
All right, a glimpse of several new creations from PlayStation Studios,
which we saw.
Okay, as well as spellbinding games from our third-party partners and indie creators.
All right, that's it. That's your statement.
Cool. So, cool.
That's
cool.
exactly what we got.
No, exactly. Now we are criticizing to how well they accomplished that statement. You can show trash PlayStation Studio games, or you can show good PlayStation Studio games. So I'm sorry, Craig. Yes, and it is valid. Yes, you did show me PlayStation Studios. What I'm saying is, it is trash.
Okay, well now we're at a preference point. But
no, but that's Greg. What do you think we were talking about?
And I said fair enough, P-Rock. I said
there
fair
you
enough.
go. So, like I said, hey, we're gonna show PlayStation, sure, but what you showed was trash. It's trash.
Okay, now we're at a preference, but my point was they told you exactly what they were going to show. Now, hold on, if you want to say it was trash, if you want to say trash,
Craig, listen. Did I say they didn't show PlayStation Studio games? Did I ever make that claim? No. I did not say that. I never ever said they didn't show PlayStation Studio games. I didn't say that for you. Nobody said that. What people are saying, nobody said they didn't show any PlayStation Studio games. We are saying the games they showed is trash. That's literally the argument.
I didn't say this. I said other people didn't do the reading.
Craig.
They put out what they wanted PlayStation to do, and PlayStation put out a press release.
Craig. All PlayStation said was we're showing PlayStation Studio games. They didn't say what. So PlayStation's getting judged on what they show. No one's arguing or no one's making the claim that they didn't show PlayStation Studio or VR2 games. No one's making that argument, Craig. If that's what you're arguing, no one did that. So you're arguing with a group of people that don't exist.
I'm not arguing. I said that they put out.
All right, Craig. If you're critiquing, you are critiquing something that doesn't exist either. No one said that they didn't show PlayStation Studio or VR games. We are critiquing what they did show. What they did show was bad.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I just said if you're going to get into a literal preference on what they showed, that is fine. But that's all. Hold on. They never said we were going to show you something from Naughty Dog. They were going to show you something from Gorilla. They never said it. And a lot of people, not you specifically, and I brought your name up specifically in my podcast. I said you had other people putting out what they thought they were going to see, and then they got their cheeks clapped. That's it. I never said Porter Rock said this.
No.
All right. I specifically.
Yeah, but the point is, we knew PlayStation was going to show studio games. What we are critiquing is the quality. It was trash.
And I said fair enough.
That's it.
Fair enough.
That's it.
The quality.
That's it.
That's fair. But if you put out, no, that's fair. That's what I'm saying. I agree with that point. But where we're disagreeing is that Sony showed us. Sony told us what they were going to show.
No.
It's right here. It's right here.
Craig, again, Craig. I don't think you understand. Let me simplify this. Nobody is saying that damn PlayStation did not show PlayStation Studio games. No one is saying that. We know Sony said they're gonna show PlayStation Studio games. Craig, I'm gonna say it again. Everyone knows PlayStation Studio games were there. That is literally no one's critique. The critique is the quality and of what they actually show. We are judging what they did decide to show. We know PlayStation Studio games are on the show. We know Sony said we're going to show you PlayStation Studio games are there. Craig, everyone knows that. What we are doing is criticizing the decision that Sony decided to show.
Which I just specifically said is fine. But the people, hold on, the people who ran around saying that you were going to see this, and this, those people did not do the reading, and they got their cheeks clapped. If you want to say, hold on. If you want to say, Porter Rock, that hey, what they did show was garbage. It was trash. It was a 1 out of 10. That is different than putting out what they are going to show, which a lot of people did, not you specifically, but multiple people, and I named them in my podcast. Told you they were going to show this, and this, and they're still and they're still reeling from them not showing it. Not you specifically, but I named the people in the podcast.
Well, let me ask you this. Did Sony confirm they weren't going to show Naughty Dog prior to the showcase?
Can really begin.
Did they confirm? Hold on, you cut out.
Did they confirm they were not going to show?
They were not, no.
Before.
But they also confirmed what they would show.
No. The only thing they confirmed was they're just going to show PlayStation Studio games.
Yeah, new creations from PlayStation Studios, which is what we saw.
Okay, listen. Listen. You can't use that Sony didn't do anything. All Sony said was PlayStation Studio games. They did not say, no, you will not get new content from Naughty Dog. No, you will not get new content from Sony Ben. They didn't say any of that stuff. So you can't be mad at people making a prediction.
I didn't get mad at them. I said they got their cheeks clapped. I didn't get mad at them.
Listen, mad, whatever. You cannot say that anyone's wrong in setting expectation because Sony didn't set expectation. Sony did not say, no, that's not happening before the show started.
So now you're specific as
Am I right?
Okay. No,
Am I right?
I got you.
And listen, look at your article. Your article is vague. It's ambiguous. There is nothing that confirms or denies what's actually going to be on the show.
But if it's not confirmed, then you shouldn't run.
Or deny.
Maybe that's the thing.
Confirm or deny. So that leaves us with room for expectation.
So, I'm out there.
And like I said, if it's not said, hold on, if it's not said specifically by the studio, you should temper your expectations. I have said that from the jump. Hold on, I have always said that if it's not, I've said that with movies. I said if it's not confirmed by the studio, then it's not real. Doesn't matter what the rumor mill says. I have said that for at least 3 years now, and you know that.
Okay.
So what I am saying is,
so we're doing hypocrisy.
No, I says expect a glimpse of several new creations from PlayStation Studios. That's what we saw. We saw VR. Hold on, we saw VR stuff, and they showed a bunch of third parties and indies. Like you said, that cat game. I can't remember the name of it now. So what we got is what we got. The Xbox show, we got what we got. We got lack of gameplay.
So I can't expect The Last of Us, but you can expect a 60 FPS patch for Flight Simulator. Oh, I see how it is.
No, I didn't expect that. I said that was my dream.
You literally said it on the thing. Oh, now I want to see if they actually announced. You literally said now you want to see the 60 FPS announcement.
No, I didn't. I said that there were people talking in Discord about it. So this is the dream if we get a 60 FPS.
You said you're waiting to see if they actually announce it. That's what you said.
Oh yeah, because people were talking about it.
So you could expect 60 FPS, but I can't expect The Last of Us multiplayer.
I never said that. I said that people had talked about it, so we're going to find out if it's true. I also, hold on, I also said that there was a rumor that Redfall was going to get a 60 FPS patch.
We can start looking at all the things that
nah, it's not a double standard. These got the feet flat.
I smell.
Oh my gosh, it's not. They told you exactly what they were going to show, and people ran with whatever. Then they got mad, but that's okay. They ran into Chocolate Thunder, and he got double life. So they got.
Well, let me ask you something then.
Yeah, sure.
You're disappointed that this show don't have gameplay.
I was disappointed. Yeah,
but
I'm not mad.
But no. But there's a problem. Microsoft literally released a press release on how they're going to show their games, and they didn't say gameplay. So why are you upset at something when Microsoft literally told you how they're going to present their games? They told you.
Upset. I said
but why are you knocking them? They told you how they're going to present their games. They literally broke it down in engine, in cutscene, blah, blah, blah. They did not list gameplay.
And I said I would have liked to have seen more gameplay, and I gave the show a B.
So you can add criteria, even though they told you exactly how they're gonna present the game.
I'm sure
they told you.
I put out what I said. Hey, look, I'm disappointed with the lack of gameplay.
Why? They told you.
Hold on.
Why are you disappointed?
Since they told me that I was like, okay, they didn't specifically say they were going to have it. With that said, I gave the show a B, primarily because they showed a shit ton of multiplayer games. Which is, I'm not complaining about the gameplay. I said the games on my TV. Hold on, the games on my TV didn't look great.
We see what's happening, right?
No, you specifically said, hey, look, you need to run it back in 4K. And I'm like, all right, I'll run it back, and maybe it clears up because it was all bright on my TV. But bottom line is that everybody got a press release on what Sony was going to show, and they ran with what they wanted.
listen. One, the press release you showed is vague, ambiguous.
Change anything.
Well,
It
fine.
did
If it's
nothing.
ambiguous, then and if you put out something, it doesn't come true through an ambiguous statement. Fair enough. Then yeah, you get your cheeks clapped. Maybe,
I don't get my cheeks clapped. The Sony's getting clapped. The other ones look stupid, not me.
Well, we'll see. Well, like I said, we'll see if it affects Sony with their sales and stuff like that. We'll see if Microsoft, like I said today, this morning, with the press conference,
Listen. The continual sales of PlayStation don't add more games to my PS5. I'm looking for more content on my PS5.
Or for storing and displaying your weapons.
And that's fine.
And right now, I'll be honest, the content that the show showed, other than Spider-Man, which I already knew, is multiplayer.
I just said if you're
coming at your PC, watch.
Yeah, I specifically said if you're disappointed in what you saw that's different, then
but that's why everybody's complaining about. Well, that's literally. But I don't. That's literally the crux.
No, dude, people were putting out. We were going to see Sony Ben's new game. We were going to see something called Fractions or Factions.
I mean, are those not PlayStation Studio games?
Oh, you cut out again.
Are those not PlayStation?
But, all right, hold on. And when they didn't get shown, which there's nothing specific, that was it. People complained instead of just simply saying, "Well, it's disappointed they didn't show these games," but they didn't put anything out specifically. They yelled and they screamed, but that's okay. The shot caller got them in the cell.
No, I don't know. That ain't true. No, that's not the gamers' fault. That's not. The gamers don't get the L. Sony gets the L.
No, the gamers get the L for putting something out.
Sony gets the L because they didn't appease to their consumer base.
Then we're gonna find that out because the same people that told us they were going in the wrong direction are now bragging about.
That's a separate topic. Right now, again, I own a PS5. I paid $500 for a PS5.
You did, yeah.
And they showed me primarily multiplats. It is what it is. It is what it is.
I didn't say that, but they also said.
So I don't get the L because
I didn't say you got an L. When did I say you took an L?
Because you're saying there's an expect like me. I expected factions to be there, and that's not an unreasonable expectation.
I said a lot of
game
people
is
said
4
that.
years ago. So
But they don't care about that game. Everybody should see that. Like literally, everybody should see. They don't care about that game.
About Last of Us factions.
Naughty Dog, if they cared about it, they would, instead of doing a remaster remake for PS4, instead of doing a remaster remake, you want to call it that for PS5, they would have hit us with factions already. They would already been here.
They don't care about one of their gas games.
I think they don't care as much as some people believe. I have said this multiple times. They don't care about that kind of stuff. Naughty Dog is allegedly making a new game. Allegedly.
They're always making a new game.
They don't. Yeah, so why is it not? All right, so then you should be able to ask yourself, hey, how come they're not concentrating on this game as a service? They don't care about it.
Wait,
that's
it. So, one, that's an assumption. We don't know the level of effort.
Fair enough, that is an assumption.
So yeah, so that's all assumption on why you think they care or don't care. All I know is the game is 4 years old, and that's when we were officially told by Naughty Dog what they were working on, which is 2019. So it is not an unreasonable assumption that 4 years later we should see something at a show. That's not an unreasonable fanboy.
I don't disagree with what you
content
said.
Creation, butt cheek, double chocolate fine. Get out of here. Listen. If I see Chocolate Thunder, he gets a T-bone in the throat. Just you ever see the movie? What is it? With Jamie Foxx. Abiding Citizen.
You should feel like you're in complete control every step.
Law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, law-abiding citizen, and you got the biggest dude in the cell block, and what happens to him? He gets a T-bone in the throat.
It's not about just
so Chocolate Thunder comes next to me. You better hope I'm not eating a steak, because you're gonna get a T-bone in the esophagus, and you're gonna bleed out. And I'm just gonna sit there and finish my steak.
Your ship faster.
Well, like I said before, had the people just looked at the statement, they would they should not have jumped. Now, like I had people saying they could.
Listen, I saw your statement.
This morning I had people saying. No, I had people saying that they could show Kojima's game. I said, well, we're going to find out. I talked about Starfield being either 30 or 60 frames per second. I said, we're going to find out if it's 30 or 60 frames per second. There's going to be no more speculation. Now, J-Dub just put out a tweet saying it was confirmed 30. If because we're going back and forth.
Oh, the
I don't
spaceship
know.
battle?
If it's
That's
before
pretty cool.
30, it's an L.
Stays-
It's an L because
stays-
I said the games that are
stays-
hold on, the games that it's like are all
Listen.
60. You know,
listen, Craig. Here's the absolute objective fact. Your blog post does not do anything to prevent people from making assumptions on what's going to be on the show because it's ambiguous. It's an ambiguous blog post. So for people to say, "Oh, we might see Sony Ben's new product," the blog post doesn't help temper that expectation because Sony Ben is of PlayStation Studio.
Okay, and I said if you want to say it's ambiguous, that's fine. But when that game, when that game doesn't be shown, these guys acted like a bunch of bitch ass clowns. So stop bitching about it.
Why can't we bitch about it? Why can't we?
Well, I mean, you can, but you look stupid.
Why?
That's
Why
all
do we
I
look-
said.
why do we look stupid?
I think you look stupid.
Why?
Because they don't specifically tell you that stuff's going to be there. They specifically
and they don't specifically say
And that's what we
anything.
got.
No, they don't specifically say anything. Hence the term ambiguous. Ambiguous is the opposite of specific.
And if you want to read it as ambiguous, because I didn't. I mean, I did not read that as ambiguous.
So let me
if
ask
you want to say it is, fair enough.
So let me ask you
Fair enough.
this. So the statement, we're going to show PlayStation Studio Showcase. That tells you Sony Ben is not going to be there?
That tells me that unless there's a specific statement released by Sony that I would not expect
that's
it
not
to
the
be
question. The question I ask you, that statement means Sony Ben will not be there. That's what that statement means?
With a gigantic battleship.
What is that? Hold on, you cut out again.
Does the statement, hey, we're going to show games from our PlayStation Studios, does that statement mean Sony Ben won't be there?
No, not without anything specific.
No,
No,
that's the term. That's literally why it's ambiguous. It's ambiguous.
And that's why I said it.
So
If
now
you wanna say
that
it's ambiguous,
allows
that's fine, but it not being there.
that allows people to make assumptions and expectations.
And when you make an assumption, like my football coach told me years ago, you make an ass out of you.
Not really. Not when it comes to consumer products.
Well, consumers need to do their own reading, and they need to do their own research.
There's nothing to read.
Hold on. I'm sure that if you go out and buy a $2,000 TV, if that's what you're going to spend, you're going to do the research, you're going to do the reading. If you don't and you buy trash with your money, that is your fault as a consumer.
Well, let me ask you this. If I buy a TV and I read the specs, are the specs ambiguous or will it be specific specs?
Some of the best moments
Those
are the ones
specs
you
are
discover
specific
on your
to
own.
the room the
Thank
TV
you.
is in.
Thank you. Okay.
The thing I love most
That's
about
all.
Starfield
That's
is
it.
that
That's
is
it.
a
Specifics.
through and through.
Sony did not
It's
release
really about going to
specifics.
strange new
They
places,
released ambiguous
meeting
statements.
interesting people, and getting
And as I
sidetracked
just
on
said,
zany
when you do
adventures.
the reading,
Then
you would
realize
know
While reading.
that if they're, hold on, that's what I just said.
I
If
read
you-
your
if-
reading.
If you read, okay, if you're going to do the reading and you're going to say this is ambiguous, so I'm going to run with speculation and whatever. If you're going to run with speculation and you get it doesn't work out. It kind of looks silly.
Sony looks silly because they didn't meet my expectation.
Well, okay, your expectation wasn't meet. You filed your complaint. You filed your complaint, correct?
There you go.
Every
So what's wrong with that?
Mostly untouched
I
galaxy.
never said anything was wrong with it, Porter Rock. I specifically said the people who ran with innuendo and rumors looked stupid. I specifically said that.
I don't think so. From what you advertised, you made it seem like there was specifics.
And just setting
You
No,
did.
I said that literally in that statement, they said you're going to have indies, which we got. Did we
Yeah.
not get indies? Okay.
Yeah.
Did we not get PSVR stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. Okay. And we got Sony first party stuff. So I said, so that's it. How it got to what they're going to show.
And
Now,
they
hold
have
on, without a specific statement on what they were going to show. Is where I said, nah, these dudes took this way out of control. And several people came out and said they read way more into it than should have been there. That's it. So shout out to those
listen.
people.
So they show PlayStation VR indies, and now they have been judged on how well and what content they show. That's it.
Where it's the compass and
Yeah, that's what I said. If people want to run around, yeah. And I said to the people listening to me, you need to make a choice on who you listen to. Are you going to listen to people who spread rumors and innuendo? Are you going to actually wait for some type of release from the from in this case the like you've been saying, Porter Rock, about developers? Had the people in the Xbox community listen to the developers, they wouldn't have gotten burned, but they did. did. They listened to a bunch of fanboys who didn't know shit about game development. You were right. And it's the same with this. If you all would wait for specific things with Sony and not get caught up in the ambiguous trap, then then you wouldn't have got your cheeks clapped. Period. You wouldn't have. But you did. So maybe next time, what did you learn? If there's a press conference, if there's a game, a state of play, why don't you approach it, not you specifically, but why don't these people approach it with a little bit of tempered expectation? That's it.
We love this because
that's it. Temper your expectations.
Nah, sorry. I refuse. No, Sony got their cheeks clipped. Sony got their. Anybody who says the consumer got their cheeks clapped, I don't know what to tell you, Craig. To me, that seems like you're more about the board members than the gamers, because it's on Sony to wow us. I don't understand how we're accepting mediocrity. I don't get it. It's the show. Yes, you did. The show's mediocre, but yes, the gamer's fault. I guess we're supposed to temper mediocrity. Hey guys, make sure you're prepared for mediocrity and accept it. That's insane. Listen, you do not listen. Kobe Bryant did not temper his capability to play in NBA. He expected greatness, he trained for greatness, and he delivered greatness. He did not temper his own capability. Jordan did not temper. No matter how many people told him, you play mediocre, you're not good enough. This is the stats. This is the data. Look at the tapes, Jordan. You're not going to be great. He said, no, I will not accept your mediocrity. That's not happening.
Jordan, okay, fair enough on Bryant and Jordan, but when did Bryant and Jordan come out in the media and say, tonight I'm going to go out here and drop 50? They just went out and did it. So that's the difference, because if he goes out, if Bryant, rest in peace,
I'm gonna say this. I could answer that. Jordan, in almost every playoff game that he had a game 6, every playoff game, you could see, you could go watch the documentary The Last Dance. He literally said in game 6 versus I think Utah, he didn't even bring a suit. He says, we're not playing a game 7. The shit ends tonight. He didn't even bring a suit to prove it, because you need a suit to go back to game 7. He's like, no, I'm not packing a new suit. This game ends tonight. And he did it. That is not tempering expectation. That is telling his team, we will win tonight. And I am so confident that I'm not even going to pack for a game 7. We're not traveling for a game 7. It ends tonight here. We're done. And he did it.
Did Michael Jordan say that in the press?
Yes.
Did he say?
Yes.
No, before he did it.
Listen, he said it to his teammates. He said it to his teammates.
Fair enough. All right, fair enough. But he never came out and said it to Chicago Press, ESPN.
He said it to his teammates. So therefore he said it. Let's not argue the venue how he said it. He said it. He told his teammates, I'm not packing clothes to come back and play a game 7. That's not gonna happen. We're finishing this tonight, and he did it.
Well, like I said, Puerto Rock, then did Sony not tell the people during that they were going to do their show what they were going to see? Yeah, they didn't say it to the but hold on, they didn't say it to the mainstream media. It's the same thing.
Yeah, they showed us. They're gonna show PlayStation first party studios. They showed it, and it was trash.
And I said, fair enough. If you're going to file your complaint that it was trash, that's fine. The people I specifically said were the ones who were telling you, it's 2 years. We've been waiting 2 years. We're going to get this, this, and this. And then they didn't get it, and they got their cheeks clapped. With that said, I specifically named the people I was talking about. Your name did not come up.
I don't know. Listen, if you want to make it a YouTube content creator award, that's fine. I'm talking just simply. I'm just talking about simply as a gamer that plays on PS5.
You can build an outpost.
That's it.
Again, okay. I'm talking about the YouTube. I specifically called out YouTube content.
That's fine. Listen, if your argument is I want to make fun of other YouTubers, then say that.
That's what I've been doing.
But Craig, no one gives a fuck about other YouTubers. No one cares. I don't care about other content creators. That's trash. No one cares. The majority of the complaints is ultimately what content we're getting on PS5, not what our YouTubers say.
If you don't like the content that you're getting on PS5, then you can trade your console.
His goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game
it's that simple.
No, what's simple is there just won't be games to buy, and after a while, that becomes a problem.
Well, Well, there will be always. Well, there's going to be games to buy. Now, you may not like the games that come out. That's different.
Legendary Villain. Legendary Villain says Craig is a bot. He will cap for Sony no reason. Rock, we PS fans keep it 100. Showcase was trash. Xbox Showcase was better than it. I mean, they're showing a lot of gameplay. Let's you know what? Enough of that. Enough of the failure of the showcase. The Starfield presentation is looking. This Starfield is looking really good.
Yeah, we thought it would look good, but
it's looking fantastic.
But it's allegedly people are running with this 30 FPS.
I don't care.
Confirmed. And that's an L because, as I said,
no, it's not. No, it's not. Here's why it's not an L. Here's why it's not an L.
I'm playing.
Look how good this game. Look how good this
really
game.
good.
I mean, I'm playing on PC, so it doesn't matter to me. But look how good and detailed in the draw distance, how far back it is.
It's an L.
It's not an L, bro.
It is.
They're pushing so much tech forward, and they're probably using the same shitty old ass engine. And look how good this game looks like.
Well, look at the fact that games. Again, look at the fact. Well, that's what I said this morning. We'll have to wait. Maybe it will. But at the end of the day, games that are similar to it are 60. And I specifically said
which game is similar?
That I'm looking at right now.
Don't say No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky.
Yeah, it is.
No Man's Sky do not have.
I said it was similar.
No Man's Skies do not have the level of assets this game have.
Yes,
I said it was similar.
Not even
different.
close.
Okay, good grief. You all don't understand it between similar and the same?
No,
it's similar.
No,
it is
not.
Similar.
It's not.
So hold on. So is Elite Dangerous.
Here's the only similarities, right? Here's the similarities. They're both in space. That's it.
Any resource.
Yeah, like shout out to Aziz and said y'all are getting whacked. Y'all get your ass. Yeah, V'ger, you're gonna get your ass waxed by Chocolate Thunder.
No, you're not.
These games.
Literally, you're comparing
games
a game.
The same germ. They're in the same germ.
It doesn't matter. You're comparing a last gen game with last gen assets to this next gen experience. With next gen assets.
I specifically
that
said,
is, you know,
again. Well, if you don't think it's an L, then say it's running at 30 is perfectly fine. Go ahead and say it.
Okay, I think it's perfectly fine.
You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I say because it's similar to other games like this, Star Citizen. It is similar to
Star Citizen.
Elite
Hold on. Star Citizen. Hold on. Star Citizen's on what platform?
What's fun for the
It's a PC game.
Okay, so then this is gonna run 60 on PC.
No,
let me clarify. Let me clarify.
So then,
Star Citizen is way more ambitious and doesn't run that good on PC, even if you have a really good PC, because it's so demanding.
But even if it did, Starfield will run 60 on PC.
Yes, it will.
You just heard them say the podcast is 60 frames on lag, but these two are okay with 30. You just heard.
Yeah.
So it is. That's fine. That's fine.
Well, I'm playing 60 on my laptop, so granted, it won't be at the graphic fidelity that this is showing.
You may need to switch things up based on your environment.
Yeah, like I said, if you're okay at 30 with this game, I think that's fine. There's a lot of people that will not be.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna compare it to No Man's Sky.
Oh, I will, because you're on planets, you're mining. Okay, you are.
All right, now let me ask you this: does No Man's Sky pushing the graphical fidelity, which impacts frame rate? Does No Man's Sky push this level of graphic fidelity?
That I don't know. No, not a bit.
What do you mean you don't know?
I know.
Bro, have you seen how No Man's Sky looks?
Okay.
Like, bro, like, what are we doing here? It literally runs on the Xbox One.
You also have mag weapons.
I have No Man's Sky at Ultra on PC, and it doesn't look this good. It looks good.
I never said it did. I said it is similar.
You can't compare it. You can't compare it. It's similar in genre, yes.
Yes, that's what I said. The games, hold on. The games in
talking about
its
the
genre.
technicality of the game.
No, I said the games in its genre run 60. Period. Now, Porter, y'all are right. It runs 60 on PC. That's true. But hold on.
This blows my mind how Craig don't understand. Literally, this is like this. I think he's trolling us at this point.
At this point, I can't believe you all don't understand games of this genre are 60 frames per second.
Craig, you guys are talking about the performance, the technicality, and the graphical showcase of the game. We're not talking about the gameplay.
Listen, if this game had Xbox One graphics, it would be at 60.
I never said that. I said the demo looked good. We needed to see more. I'm the one who said that, and people were attacking.
Craig, if this game had the graphics of an Xbox One game, yes, it would be 60.
Well, again, like I said, that's fine.
I don't understand. Like, what don't you understand?
games in this genre are 60.
If this game graphically looked like No Man's Sky, it would be 60. Yes,
okay,
it would definitely be.
Hold on. These guys are defending Starfield, and they're supposed to be PlayStation guys.
Listen,
except
I'm a PC guy. I'm a PC guy.
I know you are.
Listen, I'm defending logic. If this game looked and had the same assets of No Man's Sky, then yes, this game too would be 60.
And I specifically just said the genre of the game is the same. I didn't say it was exactly the same. They obviously are taking things from Mass Effect Andromeda. They taking things from No Man's Sky. Does it look better? Absolutely. Am I still going to play the game? Absolutely. Am I disappointed that it's 30 frames and not 60? Absolutely.
And there's a lot to the game,
absolutely.
more than we could show here.
That's it.
No, listen. Okay, you can say you're disappointed that it's 30. Cool. But to say it should be 60 because No Man's Sky is 60, terrible equivalency. No, terrible equivalency. Listen, terrible equivalency. No, in order to get 60, you're talking about the technical aspects of the game. No Man's Sky is not pushing technical assets. If this game had the graphic fidelities and settings of No Man's Sky, then this game would be 60 as well, because that's technical performance. It's not genre. It's not genre
like
performance.
I would love to see you all go into these discords and get waxed. If you're gonna sit up there,
you can't wax me. You can't wax me with facts.
Dude, the fact. Okay, well, the fact is the genre of this game, the similar games are 60. This is not.
Craig,
it's not the end of the world.
So let me ask you a question, Craig. Right? So you say that games in this genre run at 60, right?
Roughly running
this. Okay. So what game in this genre? Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
This blows my mind.
What game in this genre looks this good and is pushing this much, and it's at 60 on console?
Over in the distance and going. I know
the
gravity's low here.
No. Hold on. None.
Give me a name.
None.
There you go.
And I specifically said games like this are 60. That's it.
Yeah, but you're like generalizing. You're generalizing it to make it look bad. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes.
You don't know what that means then. Games that are like Starfield are 60 frames per second. It is disappointing that it is 30. With that said, it's not the end of the world.
This doesn't make sense.
And you're not talking about tech or graphics, right? You're talking about gameplay.
Like I said,
what are you talking about when you say that?
No. As far as the tech is concerned, yeah, and you're basically saying there's so much.
Craig thinks the genre defines frame rate performance. That blows my mind.
Well, that's not just me. That's a lot of people.
That's well, a lot of people. That is blows my mind. That the frame rate of a game is dependent on the genre and not on the technical aspects of the game itself. Blows my mind.
Game technically looks
absolutely blows my mind. That statement is just like, yo, that shit is wild. That statement.
Well, again,
wow.
King Thrash is saying that the game has been downgraded. I don't know if that's true or not. So
no, it looks better than what they showed before.
That's what I just said.
That's a good showing for Starfield.
I said that. Yeah. Oh, what do we have?
But that blows my mind. That now the genre defines. Like,
this
wow,
game is gonna have mod support on console, just like the older Elder Scrolls games have had. I predict within a month, someone's gonna make a mod that's going to make it 60 with lower resolution.
What do you think?
And I said you're probably right. I said you're probably right. With that said, however, like I said before, games that are like it would be no different. It is no different than Forza coming out and getting beaten up. Forza, Forza Horizon coming out and getting beaten up for being 30 frames per second, even though it has a 60 mode, because games that are in that genre are 60 frames per second. And again, Starfield's the same way. Games that are like it.
So hold up. So even if it did, let's say if they release Starfield with a performance mode, that is still a disappointment?
No. If they get a performance mode, and I specifically said this morning, we're gonna wait and see if it's confirmed 30 or if it's a 60 mode.
Did they confirm it in this game? I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Been going back and forth with you all. So J-Dub is saying it's been confirmed 30. There's a couple other people saying confirmed 30.
Okay.
If that is true, I said disappointing, but not the end of the world. That's it. And again, I'm bringing up Forza Horizon because that's a driving game. It has a 60 FPS mode, and it's simple. It's because games in that genre run at 60. if Gran Turismo had come out, if they had said, yes, we're going to put it on VR, you're going to get this brand new experience, but it's only going to run at 30 frames per second in VR, they would get.
Okay, so I am with P-Rock. I disagree with the genre thing, but there's only some exceptions. Fighting games, shooters, and racing games. Those three genres, they have to be 60 no matter what. No matter what. The rest doesn't really matter.
Well, like I said,
on console.
And it's disappointing that this is not 60, but it's not the end of the world. I've specifically been saying that. Not the end of the world. It's still.
I would say
great.
it's only really about performance mode. But again, like the whole other genres are doing it. That's just weird. Especially No Man's Sky as an explanation. I would at least use. No Man's
Sky is similar. It is similar. You're the one, Porter Rock. I think it's funny that you're the one who has a thumbnail of Sean Murray. This is after we saw this game, saw Starfield, and you called it No Man's Starfield. Because it's the churn. It's a similar churn.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about. Yeah, but Craig, I'm not gonna let logic. Fucking I don't understand. Why can't we side with logic? Like games.
We are.
Listen. Games that impact when things impact frame rate, right? We're talking about what the system can compute in terms of the fidelity, the technical performance, not simply the genre. The CPU doesn't go, oh wait, this genre is all. Yeah, I could do 60. This genre is this, or this is 30. That's not how it works.
Again, you're the one who did that in your own thumbnail.
I didn't do that. No, but I did not say, hey, well, No, I didn't listen. I did not say, well, this game runs at 6. This game runs at 60.
No. So, I know you did.
Which doesn't make sense. Hey, let me put it this way. I will put it to you this way. Before Insomniac took over Spider-Man, all the previous Spider-Man games, all of them ran at 60 FPS.
Like I said, you're the one who put that in there.
Listen. All the previous Spider-Mans, like Web Shots, whatever, was 60 FPS. Spider-Man comes out on that PlayStation, it runs at 30. Did I say, well, gee, the Spider-Man on the previous things are 60. Why isn't this 60? Right? Because Insomniac pushed the boundaries of graphics and fidelity. That is what challenges CPUs and GPUs. Thus,
I understand.
And so now No Man's Sky does not tax or push boundaries on CPUs and GPUs because it's not graphically intensive. It's not a graphically intensive game. So therefore, it being 60 is a given. It is not it doesn't matter what the genre is. It is not in itself a graphically intensive game.
Well,
Starfield is a graphically intensive game, so there will be more challenges to reach 60.
Okay, you brought up Spider-Man. Does Insomniac not have a 30 FPS mode on the PS5?
A 60 FPS mode.
No, it also has a 30 as well, correct? 4K 30, all your assets running. Okay, so why? So again, what my point here is that games in the genre are just like it. Or they're similar. They may not do the same thing. Somebody just put up a tweet, Mass Effect Andromeda looking at Starfield. Again, everybody knows this. You two are the outliers here. Everybody else understands this. So games like it, it's disappointing, but it's not the end of the world.
But the games like it mean nothing unless you push the graphical assets. Like if you're in the same genre, but you're not up to the graphical assets, then it doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, maybe their engine, this is the best they can do with their engine, and that's fine. That's why I said I'm not a dev, so I'm willing to give them.
As far as we know, it's the creation engine still.
Okay,
so
fair enough. And if this is the best
the hell out of the engine.
Fair enough. And I just specifically said, not a dev, so maybe this is the best they can do. However, it's still disappointing. Not the end of the world. Not oh no, this is terrible. Oh, call the law. It is disappointing. And I said that this morning. I literally said this 8 hours ago. This game is at 30 FPS. If it's confirmed, it is disappointing. And with that said, it's not the end of the world. That's a direct quote from my own podcast.
So if that's all your argument is, you're just disappointed 30 frames.
It's not an argument. I'm disappointed.
Listen. What I'm saying is that point is legit in itself. Yes, sir. The problem is you compared it to No Man's Sky. That's a whole totally different thing. To expect this game to be 60 frames simply because No Man's Sky is 60 frames, that doesn't make sense. Because again, Again, No Man's Sky does not have the graphical assets. Chances are, if that's what I'm saying. If you're disappointed in general that this game is 30 FPS and there's potentially not, then that's fine.
That's what. That's
No Man's Sky has no play in this at all. There's no play in that. That doesn't even make sense to throw No Man's Sky in this.
I said before, games like it are 60. However, the engine, I just brought up the engine. If this is what they can do with this engine, I'm not a dev. Fair enough. It's not the end of the world, but it's disappointing. You're right about the graphic fidelity, the draw distances, all that kind of stuff. Yes, 100% right. But when you brought up Spider-Man, which the last time I checked is 4K native 30, like Starfield, but it also, my understanding, has a 1440p 60 mode. I specifically said this morning, maybe Starfield gets a 60 FPS patch where it's 1080p, 1440p dynamic. Maybe it gets this later on down the road. It will be disappointing. That's it.
Let me ask you this. What game this gen that is similar to Starfield with the graphical assets run at 60?
This generation on any console, there is nothing to compare to it right now. This doesn't mean, however,
all right, there we go.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Okay,
yeah,
so
there's nothing to compare.
So really, there is no game this generation
right now
doing what it's doing to compare it to.
But get correct. But games that are similar in its journey are 60.
From last gen.
And Porter Rock, like I said,
but just to be clear, I just want from games from last gen are running 60 on this gen's hardware, because Mass Effect wasn't running 60 on last gen hardware.
No, but they updated it and now it runs 60.
So last gen games on this gen hardware is running 60. Fair statement.
Some of them are.
Fair statement though.
Some of them are. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. So we're talking last gen games running on current gen hardware. That's what you're using. So you're using last gen games.
No,
that's running on current gen hardware.
Porter Rock, again, this is my final statement on it. Games in this similar class
from last gen.
Okay, their last gen are 60.
Okay. On current gen hardware. On current gen hardware, because they're not 60. They're not 60 on last gen hardware. Like Mass Effect PS4 is not 60 on the PS4.
No Man's Sky is.
Okay.
Not on PS4. Not on PS4.
Not on PS4.
It's 30 frames on PS4.
So No Man's Sky made for PS4.
No Man's Sky got 60 on next gen consoles, not on last.
So No Man's Sky made for PS4 is 30 frames on PS4. Fair? Yeah. Fair enough.
No, that's fair. That's
Okay. So No Man's Sky PS4 running on PS4 is 30 frames.
Yeah. If that's
now No Man's Sky last gen upgraded to next gen technology is 60 frames. Right?
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes, all right. So then that's it. All right, we good then. We good.
Yeah.
Okay, we good. So we're good. So we're good. So pretty much the only examples we got are last gen's games taking advantage of next generation technology to run better. So that's the standard. Great. That's the standard.
You just said.
That's great. Yeah. Last gen games.
We're talking
last gen games running 60 FPS.
I have an example of a current gen game that came out and it was 30 because of how demanding it was. It was a Plague Tale Requiem and it got a 60 frames months later.
So, well, I mean, there's a lot of games that are out that are 30. I specifically said that. So, yeah, there's a lot of games out now. Isn't the Justice League game or whatever that game is?
So, anyway, let's go back. Let's talk about. So, from what we've seen, we'll start with Craig. What do you think of the show? What's your opinion? I mean, we're going to talk. Well, let's not talk too much detail because we're going to have this conversation Tuesday.
Yeah, I gave it a B. Yeah. I gave it a B. I thought the lack of gameplay and the lack of release dates knocked it from the A line to the B line. I'm going to stand by that.
Right.
So that doesn't mean the showcase was horrible. The lack of gameplay was concerning. Because as you said, Porter Rock, the games were shown or promised, however you want to put it, 2-3 years ago. So you would think there would have been a little more gameplay with the games that they promised 2 or 3 years ago. So that was disappointing. Okay. But again, overall, I thought it was a solid presser. I thought they had a solid presser.
Jenna asking, was Fable real-time graphics? According to Microsoft, every game is in-engine, whatever. But the question is, in-engine could be PC, so that's technically still in-engine. Running on a PC is still in-engine. Unless they specifically mention Xbox consoles, which I don't think they mentioned that.
So with Fable, I think what they're doing is what PlayStation did last gen. When you're on gameplay, certain things get dropped down, obviously because you're playing the game. But when you go into a cutscene, it brings all those things up and it makes it look a lot better. Similar to Gran Turismo does that. Gran Turismo, when you're looking at the from a cinematic point of view, it's 30 frames and it has everything cranked up to the max. But there were some segments in.
But let me ask you this,
like
bro. Let me ask you this, but would you need to do that on PC though? You wouldn't need to do that on PC, would you?
No, that's just them. Yeah, that's just them. The way that they designed the game. Yeah, most games nowadays just do everything in real time, right? But there were certain segments in Fable that looked like gameplay because the character was like dodging away. It was like a Sony game basically. It was basically a cinematic like Sony where you had to dodge away from the big boss or whatever the fuck when you were that little miniature person. So it's like, why would they make it look like gameplay, right? And I don't know. That part looked like gameplay to me, but I wish we saw more from Fable.
Right. Okay. All right. For me personally, I'll just say the so what right out the way. So the PlayStation Showcase, I gave it a 4 out of 10. It was absolutely abysmal for me. But this showcase, the Xbox Showcase, I give it a 7 out of 10. And the only reason why it stays at a 7 is because the one thing I really wanted, I didn't get, which was gameplay for Hellblade and an actual window, a better window. Not 2024. 2024, I kind of figured it's going to happen. I just wanted a more zoning window to 2024. So that brought the score down dramatically for me. But some of the stuff is a decent, nice surprise. Like the Clockwork game, that actually looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And it's new.
I agree.
I like that looks pretty good. It's new. You know what I'm saying? So I could mess with that. Again, some of the multi-plats, that's cool. I know about it, you know, but I'm gonna play them on PlayStation for the ones like the Star Wars one that I'm showing on screen right now. You know, so I'll play those games on PlayStation. It's fine. But I say 7 out of 10. I agree. I give it, you know, the showcase, PS Showcase 4, this is 7. This is pretty good, right? Now I know the biggest hype, and it's to a specific group, is to the Game Pass gamers. If you're a Game Pass gamer and you're all in, I would imagine the show was really great for you because there is a lot of content coming to Game Pass that you pay your $15 a month. So I can't knock that. I can't knock a Game Pass gamer seeing this show and they will perceive it as one of the best shows. And I understand it because they're going to get a lot of content. Surprisingly, from Capcom, that's a surprise. Oh, yeah. Day one Game Pass. You know, Atlas. I would say that's another plus of the show. So I'm gonna give it 7.5. And the reason why I give it a 0.5 is because Microsoft is still trying, at least to some degree, with Japanese games. And you gotta give them a little bit credit.
Too.
Yeah, so
it's a new Atlas game.
Yeah, so then
Capcom.
Capcom's a new IP. Atlas has a new IP, and it's day one on Game Pass. So I give Microsoft that extra effort. They trying, you know, which is pretty impressive, and they were able to convince them to do it, which I think might be a challenge, right?
Yep.
You know, for day one Game Pass. So they're really spending the money. They're opening up the wallet. So Game Pass gamers, I think you're going to have a lot of treat, you know, because there's a lot of content. Like, you know, if you're a Game Pass gamer and you like the thought of just playing lots of games, then this show delivered on that front for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Now, BitCloud is saying that there has been no confirmation on 3060 on console. So chances could be 60.
On what?
So, okay, well, then that's a problem.
For Starfield. For Starfield.
That's what
I'm
problem
saying.
Because Phil Spencer said on the XCast that there will be a message and it'll be clear. And if apparently there wasn't one, then what the fuck?
All right. Well, then people have a right to be disappointed if they were going to put out a message.
If it didn't,
So I don't know. Yeah, we'll find out.
I think it was a 7 still. Just because
I agree.
I'm knocking it because I don't like. I didn't want to see Forza. Like I know it has to be there because they whatever. But I've already seen it. I know what it's gonna be. And Fable, it was just more of like the first showing of Fable was like, hey, we're making it, and this is like, here's confirmation of the style that we're going for. Right, we're staying true to the roots and such and so on, which I like, but I didn't see actual gameplay moving around or a release date or window, so that knocked it for me. But besides that, I didn't rate the PlayStation Showcase. I thought it was good because obviously I'm a PC gamer. I get to play all these games. But the Xbox was better. It showed a whole lot more shit that I was interested in.
I'm gonna show you. So Pharaoh says remove the multiplats. Well, we're gonna. So Phil Spencer summarized it. So I'm gonna show you.
It was a special day for me and the team.
Yeah, he said 15.
I'm excited to see
15 or 11
showcased from our first party studio.
Okay,
I think it's
you
11.
can play it back.
I'm playing it right now.
Playground
Hold on.
games, which will bring the franchise.
PlayStation just put out that tweet you all were talking about, Porter Rod. They just put it out.
Yeah? Amazing.
You all were right about that.
Hold on, let's go. Hold on, let me go back
to its British status. Today is a special day for me and the team.
What did you say specifically?
I'm excited to see 11 games
11.
showcased from our
Okay,
first party
11 first party.
We
right?
opened with Fable from
In 1 hour.
So Fable,
which will bring the franchise into the modern era.
So let's look at we're gonna remove all first party.
Compulsion.
Fable.
Oh, so we're not gonna count first party?
No, third party. No, because they asked remove the third party. So look at it from this perspective. So far, these first parties is better than the majority of the first parties that PlayStation showed on their showcase. It is.
In addition to
you can nitpick and say Spider-Man, but like
Spider-Man
live up
2,
to that expectation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Spider-Man. We already know we're getting. I got it.
Yeah,
but that was it, really.
But
Look,
yes.
In fact, this is what's funny. Technically speaking, we could complain about Xbox, but technically speaking, they showed more single-player driven games than what Sony does, and we're the single-player community.
Both built for Xbox.
Let's be honest. This speaks more to us than the gas that Sony showed. Let's all be honest.
Also, I'm gonna like.
Let's be honest. We gotta be real.
I'm not gonna count updates to certain
saying?
games. I think Phil Spencer was, being a little disingenuous, saying 11 first party because they showed DLC for Fallout and Elder Scrolls and Sea of Thieves, right?
And Microsoft Flight Sim, that was DLC.
There's a bit less. I'll count it.
Like, listen, as far as new game, like this is a new game. Look at this. This is Clockwork, whatever, right? This is a new game. This new first party IP for Microsoft is more interesting than the new first party IPs they showed at the showcase.
Agreed.
I'm more interested in this than Haven's new game. What was it called? Whatever. I don't remember the name, right? I don't know. And then the other game, Condor, which is, I don't know. This, I'm more interested in this than the new IP Sony showed at their showcase. Because this aligns. BioShock Infinite is awesome.
Yeah,
I like it. And this looks like, more BioShock, whatever. And it's a single player and it's a story-driven game. I prefer this than fucking fucking boat smoke or whatever, soapbox or whatever. That's Square Enix. Well, Square Enix, that's third party. But from the first party perspective, the only thing on Sony's show from a first party is Spider-Man. And we already knew about that. But as far... What is it?
The Phantom one, but that wasn't first party.
I don't think that's first party. That's not first party.
No.
So from the new first party games Sony showed at their showcase, none of them. This is more interesting for me. This new announcement.
Hey, shout out to Jay Barry. I'm just gonna read his tweet. Lack of gameplay from games that were already announced. It's not a good look. 5 out of 10. That's his. I think you all were saying 7, give or take. And some cool games were shown for sure. I think I gave it a higher score than 5. Shout out to Jay Barry. I think I sit on a B. You all are sitting 7 out of 10. I don't know if you want to call that a C+ or B-. I don't know how you all rank that.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah,
that's
what
I say. Right. So I would say I can honestly say that Clockwork game seems more interesting than the new stuff Sony showed at that showcase. That's just how it is.
It gave me major BioShock vibes.
Yeah, it gave me an excitement for BioShock. It looked really good, yeah, whatever. And even Avowed, looking at Avowed, I was like, yo, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's potential. Lots of potential.
Yeah. So Atomic Heart was kind of BioShocky, but it wasn't that good. It was okay, but this looks really good. The Clockwork game.
Well, let me ask you this, and I'll go first here. I know we're about to sign off. What game do you thought was best in show? I'll go first. I'm going to say the Star Wars game by Ubisoft. That's just me, though. So what about you?
That was a good surprise for sure.
Yeah. What is you two? You all going to go with the Clockwork game?
I like the Clockwork game.
Okay.
I personally like the Clockwork game.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Clockwork as well. The second one after is Avowed. I didn't see anything about Starfield yet. I'm gonna watch that later, but Avowed is a close second. People are saying it looks downgraded, but to me it still looks good. I don't really give a shit.
You talking about Avowed?
I'm excited. Yeah, Avowed. Because when they first showed it, it was like a CG of him in a cave, and this was more like Outer Worlds but upgraded. And I don't care, dude. Obsidian makes good games. Hopefully, it's good. I'm sure it will be. But yes, I'll agree with the P-Rock. It's Clockwork for me. Clockwork was
because it hit the check boxes. One, it's a nice surprise. Two, it's a new IP, right? And three, they presented it. They did the first showing and presented it really well. So it hit all the check boxes. Now, the next major showing, we should expect gameplay. So next time, if they show that game on a showcase, that's where the gameplay comes in. But the first initial showing, I think it hit all the boxes. Nice surprise, new IP, and what they shown is shown really well and got me really interested. So the Clockwork.
No, for me it was a Star Wars game, but again, I'm a Star Wars fan, so of course. No matter if you choose. For me, that's the that was going.
When
to
it
win.
comes to it comes to platforms like PlayStation and Xbox, I think Xbox took the cake with this one.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
Now, what about most disappointing game? I'm going to say, for me personally, it was Hellblade 2.
I'm just disappointed. There's no gameplay. I'm really
the gameplay. That's what I meant. No gameplay for Hellblade 2. What about you?
It was two gut punches because it was like no real gameplay of combat and no release date.
Yes. No.
Okay. Fair enough.
No true release date. Which.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find.
Nah, you're right. Good point.
I'm trying to find the Avowed video. Is that towards the beginning or? I could have sworn.
If you click and drag, you can see it in the big screen.
I know, but I'm looking, but it's like I can't find it. Was it after Star Wars?
Yeah,
I think so. Star Wars was third, right? Or was
Star Wars? Let me see. I'm looking through it. Oh, it was like around 15 minutes.
Yeah, or maybe it was
15-ish.
Okay, this is it right here.
Yeah. So to me, it looks good. It just looks a little colorful. I don't care. I don't mind that. But when you see the first showing of Avowed, right, it looks like Elder Scrolls, kind of like very.
They did change the graph. This is like the art style almost reminds me of Redfall. It's like if you look at the Redfall trailers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I could see that. Yeah, it's realistic in the characters, but like the art style is a little
like cartoonish.
Yeah, like whimsical and cartoonish. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
But I would say this and the Clockwork. What's the actual name of the Clockwork game I keep?
Clockwork. Yeah.
Clockwork Revolution. There you go. I think those two games, as seeing it, really got me interested. Those two games I will play. Definitely.
Yes.
I'm playing those two games. Clockwork and Avowed. And then obviously Starfield looks really good.
Yeah, those are really good highlights.
Which is more than I can say from a first-party perspective on Xbox than I can say for PlayStation. PlayStation first-party, Spider-Man, but that was already a given. That's already a given. Yeah. And then they showed Final Fantasy 16, which is now first-party, but that was already a given. In fact, they showed the same trailer that I already seen, which is weird, right? Yes. But from a PlayStation first-party perspective, if I was to compare first-party versus first-party, Spider-Man was already a given. Outside of Spider-Man, I can't think of anything from a first party that I take from the show and then I'm going to play on my PS5. While this, granted, I don't got an Xbox because, Xbox consoles are dog shit, but I do have the capability to play. I got a 3050, so that's good enough, to play at 1080p, 60 frames.
Yes.
Yeah, 3050, 1080p, 60 frames. At a
and
minimum,
you get DLSS.
Most of these games will have DLSS. And then eventually I'll get a better PC for the better experience. But as far as being able to play the games, I have access to it. And right now, it's Avowed, Starfield, and Clockwork Revolution. I think that's the appropriate name.
Revolution. Yes, Revolution.
And that's it. That's from a first party. While on PlayStation, Spider-Man was already unknown. They just showed more gameplay of it. They actually showed gameplay, which I got to give Sonic props, right? And stuff like that. But between the two shows, I know 3 first-party games that I'm going to play. On the PlayStation side, 1 first-party, which is Spider-Man. But that decision was already done long before the showcase. I already, you know what I'm saying? In fact, we already had the reveal trailer, like 2 of them. So that's it.
Not to make it about Spider-Man, but like the more I see that gameplay, the more I'm like, damn, that shit look really good, man. It looks really, really good.
Okay.
I'm very interested to see how Peter evolves because of the black suit. And that character, the voice actor, that motherfucker, dude, he's top tier as hell.
Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal.
So damn good.
He was at a comic.
Oh shit! Texas Lean is offering to donate a PC to me. Oh shit! He's helping your friendly neighborhood Porter Rock. Hey, brother, man. If you got spare PC parts laying around, hit me up in a DM on Twitter.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Man, these PC masteries, they just got spare PC parts laying around. What are we doing here?
It's weird. It's weird. And I never did this with consoles. I never kept the box. For the PC, you got to keep the boxes of the shit you buy because if you then resell it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because there's a lot of people like.
love that.
Yeah, I see. There's a good PC has a good resale market.
Yeah, people are like, does it come in the box? No. Okay, then I don't know about that. Then they like to have the box. My closet is like, my ultra wide box is there, my graphics card, my CPU, all that shit is there. It's a thing.
People are saying that PlayStation did that tweet.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah. Like,
but I would say, I would say one thing that was just dumb was the Xbox Series S review. That was stupid.
Oh yeah.
I will say that.
That's a scam.
That's a hardware. What they should have done. Number one, they should have catered to both consoles. For the Xbox Series S, excuse me. For the Xbox Series S, still $299 with a 1 terabyte hard drive upgrade. And then the Xbox Series S, either A, release one with more terabyte upgrade, or announce a price drop. I think that would have been more impactful. Or really, what they should have done, I'll be honest, was Xbox Series S, new SKU, 1 terabyte for $250 MSRP, Xbox Series S, $349 MSRP. And then that's it. I think that would have been a better combo overall.
Yeah, I think
they missed. I think they missed the boat on that one simply because listen, your console's not selling well, is getting hammered. Price drops do help a bit. Now it's not going to be the answer. It's not going to out console PS5, but it does help. It does add a little bit. So you got a 1 terabyte Xbox Series S for $249 MSRP, which means you could probably see more often a lot of deals at $199, but MSRP $249, and then establish Xbox Series S MSRP $349.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been a better combination.
PlayStation got ripped for showing hardware at its game show. Will the energy be this?
I mean,
how
we feel
no, it's different.
It's different because it's something that it's like it's how do I say this? It's like selling VR back then. Back then, when you put VR in a video, people were like, "I don't know what the fuck that is. I've never tried VR." But with a console, you know what you're getting into, right? Like the Sony conference was kind of underwhelming throughout it because of the lack of first party that was like interesting aside from Spider-Man. And then they were like, you get a tablet, the controllers, and you get the earbuds.
Earbuds or something, yeah. It's just
like with the Xbox, it's like you just get another console. Here you go.
Now
we still think it's a scam. I think that's a scam. They should have replaced it, like P-Rock said. But it should get hate. I agree. It should get hate.
Well, again, I like the color, but yeah, but is it the Series S, the top selling Xbox? All right,
it is.
So,
within the two schools, yes, more people gravitate to S only probably because I would imagine if you want to play Xbox games but you don't want to invest a lot of money, Series S is a good option. As you're buying an Xbox but you're not spending a lot of money because chances are it's a secondary product. Your primary product is the PS5. That's where you're gonna play your multiplayer. That's where you're gonna do everything. So if you're really only gonna do Xbox on an occasional basis, the $300 Series S is probably what is being preferred, at least for primary PlayStation 4 gamers. I mean, PlayStation gamers. The Series S is probably the go-to console for the Xbox. This is their main platform, which is to me is not a very large crowd, at least compared to the PlayStation and Nintendo primary platform gamers. So I could see it that way, right? But again, the hardware, they could have done something better. They could have that Xbox console could have been a white and a black version, 1 terabyte, $249,
Xbox Series S $349. I think that would have been a much better response.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about new consumers, right? You're gonna really convince a new consumer to spend more on an Xbox Series S that is having difficulty selling. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to sell a more expensive Series S. It's $349 now,
and it's $50 off of a PS5 digital, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just
so it's like
doesn't
people were like people were like I just save $100 and get a PS5.
Yeah, now it's just $50. And keep in mind the terabyte difference between the PS4 digital and Xbox Series S, 1 terabyte is not that big of a difference. While PlayStation's like 875 gigs versus 1 terabyte, like right? But that $150 difference is huge in terms of performance and what you get.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to take your Series S and move it closer to the competitor that PlayStation provided, which is all digital. In fact, if anything, that gives PlayStation an advantage. Because for only $50 more, you can advertise. You get more terabyte as compared to the original Series S, but you get your performance that matches or at times exceeds the Series X. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that $349 1 terabyte Series S is probably going to get more flack than
it would have been. It would have been a much greater announcement because he started off saying, we listened to you guys about the console. We're going to increase the supply of Series X. And for Series S owner or people that are interested, we have a surprise for you. We're replacing the white one that's 500 gigs with this one in black with 1 terabyte. That would have been a lot.
Maybe at least that. Sure, you don't drop the price, but at the very least, keep it the same price, $299.
Yeah.
You just moved closer to PlayStation 5 pricing territory, which is not a good move. Not a good move.
People that own the white one can be mad, but not really, because either you spend $300 on this new console or you spend like $200 or some shit on the little chip that you put on the back, the side.
Yeah. And to be honest, yeah, like if I was a currently Series S owner, I would not upgrade to this, because for that, just buy the memory card.
There you go.
That way you have the memory allocated in your console plus the upgrade of the memory card. Like, yeah, I don't think the carbon black was
Yeah, I like the color. I just didn't know because each one showed hardware. And one got ripped, and with the other one, because I'm not gonna rip them. I'm just gonna say, well, I was disappointed that they showed hardware after Greenberg said that there wouldn't be. Well, he didn't say that. He said there would be no movies. He said there would be no movie show. Fair enough.
I'm just gonna say this though. I will say this to be fair. Microsoft did have the opportunity to really crush this showcase. I mean, they're literally last. The PlayStation showcase bombed. It is what it is. Doesn't matter what Chocolate Thunder is. He's not voting anymore. He lost all his constitutional rights. You know what I'm saying? He can't pick up any. No, he's not out. He's double life, and he ain't picking up no women. So hey, it is what it is.
That's
right?
true.
So Chocolate Thunder's screwed, right? He's locked away in a correctional facility up in Attica, right? So he's done. Summer Showcase. Now, Summer Showcase, I will not be disastrously hard on a Summer Showcase, right? And it's not because I'm a Jeff Keighley fanboy or anything like that. It's because, from his perspective, he is not a platform owner. He doesn't own a multi-billion-dollar company, right? He is just, you can say, a game enthusiast, an influencer that's probably huge, right? So there's only so much he can actually pull from the industry without having the backing of billions of dollars to make it happen. He doesn't have that. So
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's huge. So what? Yeah.
Huge.
So Jeff Keighley, right? He only can do what he can do with the restraints of what he has in terms of resources. He is not a company. He doesn't have a company. He doesn't have a first-party platform. He doesn't even have a platform or not. He is a huge media game influencer. And that's all he can actually do. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to fill the void of an entire E3 event that would normally be the main showcase. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not too hard on Jeff Keighley because he's doing this out of passion. I'm sure there's some financial incentives, But as far as initial investment, he doesn't have that financial backing to really pull content. Like, he can't go to, let's say, you know, Ubisoft or to EA, be like, yo, I'll give you $1 million if you drop this information there. Like, he can't do that. So he's really trying to gain charity of who's willing to showcase their games in this event. And you know, a lot of big third parties, they're not, hell, that's the reason why E3 is failing. You know, big publishers are opting to do their own thing because, one, when they choose to opt their own thing, they're doing it in a time frame that is exclusive to them. They are not sharing space with anybody, right? And two, they could do it and present it the way they want, vice the E3 format. So I can understand why more and more big publishers are opting to do their own thing, right? So Jeff Keighley is literally going after and trying to make deals on what he reasonably can get. So I'm not hard on that, right? But again, a lot of people wasn't super impressed with the summer case. With Xbox, this is the last show, and this is what they show. I think it's decent. I gave it 7.7, 7.5. I think at this point, it's just a decent showcase. But it's not mind-blowing out of the box, especially when it has that opportunity to really just stomp the shit out of the PlayStation showcase. Like this, they had the opportunity to really just destroy the showcase, and I don't think they did that.
This is a really good
step. I think the PlayStation showcase is just bad on its own. What Microsoft shown didn't make the PlayStation showcase even worse. If that's the best way I could put it. They should have. This show should have been resulting where now the PlayStation showcase looks really, really, really bad. It doesn't. It didn't make the showcase look even worse. The showcase is just bad in its own right. Microsoft didn't add to it.
Say, do you think this with Phil Spencer saying that they're going to increase the supply of the Series X? Do you all think that this showcase is going to move people to buying a Series X?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really buying into the whole lack of supply constraint.
I agree.
I don't understand why that's even spread. There's like nobody in the industry. There's not much talk about shortage of silicon. That's kind of like died down across the industry. Like across the industry, where there's phones, tablets, no one's really complaining about silicon shortages anymore. So I don't understand why Xbox or why people and technically I don't even hear that statement from Xbox. I'm hearing it from influencers. Yeah. So Xbox in their last quarterly report, they didn't mention silicon shortages impacting manufacturing of Xbox. That's like done.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I was asking.
Because ever since December, around that time last year, I've been seeing Xbox Series X consoles in abundance.
Oh, there we
at
go.
Walmart and Best Buy. The ones that I have seen less of is Series S, surprisingly. So I think that he just took these quote-unquote rumors and speculation, right? And he ran with it, and he's like, yo, we're increasing the shortages. But in reality, what he wanted to say is like, yo, buy our shit. It's at fucking stores. So he was kind of like, you know, backhanding like an announcement, like, hey, yo, it's on the store, go buy it. You know, it would sound more desperate. He's like, yo, it's in stores now. Like, yeah, we knew that 2 years ago, right?
Hey Craig, I see the image, but did somebody create that image or did Sony tweet it out?
It was created. It was created.
It was created because
Twitter.
Yeah, because I'm looking at PlayStation Twitter. I don't see that image.
Yeah.
I saw it from J-Dub.
Yeah, but somebody made that image.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I want to see Sony clap back.
That would have been funny, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Yeah. I want to see Sony clap back, but.
No, that's fine. That's fair enough.
They probably don't give enough shit to that.
No, I'm sorry, it wasn't J-Dub. It was Ronin 714.
Yeah.
Let me give props to.
Yeah, I think somebody just did it on their own.
Someone made it.
Some of these people need to go get jobs.
Yeah, like that's just weird.
Nah, when I saw that, I was like, what?
Yeah, that's just weird. That should be Sony should be doing that, not
the
community.
Whoever made that.
Yeah.
Whoever made that post on Xbox, he got paid to do that shit. You motherfuckers are not getting paid by Sony. Relax.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, whoever did that, they did free labor for Sony. Like when Xbox did it, someone is actually getting money. That's their job. This is free labor. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, you guys ought to get paid to do that shit.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Do it for free, but everybody's different.
They're doing non-profit work.
Exactly. Yeah. So, because that is something that Sony should put out. So, but I was disappointed with the hardware announcement, especially with the flack that Sony got. With that said, it wasn't for me. So, if anybody's gonna buy that, congratulations.
I'm buying it day one, bro.
Your day one. Well, can't you go to T-Mobile? Don't they have? Is it T-Mobile or AT&T? If you buy it, if you sign up,
Verizon.
Listen,
Verizon has the Xbox Series deal.
Yeah, this show proved to me that I don't need a PC no more. I'm gonna sell everything for cheap and then buy a Series X again. Fuck it.
Again.
I mean, I had one and I sold it like a month ago. I'm gonna buy it again. Fuck it. I'm done with PC. Xbox is back, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, they held the line. Yo, hold the line.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they held the line, but okay.
Like I said, it's a very, very good first step for them because, like I said, their previous showcases have always been kind of mid and underwhelming, and they had things that we expected, like Forza and shit like that. This was like I was surprised. There were announcements. This is the first time in a long time that I was like, oh shit, oh fuck, from first party. I'm not talking third party. From first party, like, oh, that looked good. So if next year is similar to this, then good. Like finally they're starting to ramp things up.
I would say this. So this show, if we're gonna talk how Microsoft competes and all that stuff, this show, while it did like really 3 games got my interest that was new, right? Avowed, Starfield, Starfield we already knew about, but I'm glad they showed that direct, which was pretty good, and then the Clockwork Revolution, right? But overall, I don't think this tells me anything of potentially. All right, let me put it this way. Back on the PS3 360 era, you can see the shift of things changing, right? Because when Don Matrick took over 360, you stopped seeing those big second-party deals and big new IPs from first party because he went and putting his energy to Connect, and he thought that Halo, Gears, and Forza was enough. So you saw this towards the latter half of Xbox, Halo, Gears, and Forza. That's where the trend started. Halo, Gears, and Forza, and then he's pushing Connect, which led to the following gen with Connect being the star of the show, right? While PlayStation doubled down on games because they realized they screwed up, Blu-ray, blah, 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 blah. So let's just start pumping out games. Let's get our first party out. Let's get these third party deals. Let's go after Demon Souls and blah, 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 blah. Then you started seeing the shift in terms of just like, oh man, PlayStation is pushing out a lot of games. While Xbox, it's kind of like, what's going on? Another Halo announcement, another Forza announcement, another Gears announcement. Like, where? Like, you saw that shift, right? Wasn't a disaster for 360 because 360 still overall had a great gen, but you saw that kind of turn and shift, which ultimately ended up having PlayStation 3 outsell the 360. It caught up and surpassed it, right? I'm not seeing that here. Like, I'm not seeing where, oh, wait a minute, Xbox is producing the games, PlayStation looking spooky. Like, nah, I don't see that. This showcase, now that all the showcases, the chapters closed, I don't see anything where at this point, at least from a PlayStation consumer, that I'm worried about, right? Yes. Because I know even though the PlayStation show, because right now I see what Xbox is doing, right? And they have some good new stuff, but again, some of this stuff is content they already told me about in 2020. Sony delivered content, and now they're moving on to their new phase, their next phase of new content. So they already delivered content, and now they're bringing new stuff. So you're talking new work from Sony Band, new work from Sucker Punch, new work from whatever, new work from Guerrilla. So when they show that, I think it's going to be huge from those studios. So you see what I'm saying? So right now at this point, I don't see this big dramatic shift that people thought might happen. This doesn't. Microsoft didn't do enough for me to really get that feeling out of them.
I agree with that. In general speaking, there was no shift to me. It was more so there was a shift within Microsoft, within Xbox, because for a while we've had mid stuff. This seems like a shift for them, but like that's not really doing anything for Nintendo or Sony, like you said. I agree with that.
Shout out to Tommy Bull, Juneteenth on the 19th, Monkey on the 20th. Shaking my head. Oh man, Tommy, why you gotta go there, bro?
this guy, bro. I can't show ASL. We're misogynist, and now you're bringing this up. That's it. I'm done. Y'all about to get me canceled. J-Roll, member for 3 months. He didn't make a comment, but I appreciate you, my brother. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being part of the 60 Frames No Lag family and stuff like that. All right, and stuff like that. So I think, hey, what are the final verdicts? Final verdicts before we close this
My
up.
final verdict is it feels really damn good to be excited for Xbox again, and it be just hopes, like actual shit that I saw that I'm like, yes, I want that. So yes, I'm glad finally.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. What about you, Craig?
I thought it was a good show. I gave it a B. Really nothing. I'm going to watch the 4K playback before I do my post podcast. Yeah, really. It was a B. I gave both showcases a B. I'm looking forward to hopefully the Ubisoft conference. They'll have some more Star Wars gameplay. Overall, I'm not disappointed in it, but I was just kind of like, well, it was okay. So I'm not super, I'm not going to say that I'm excited for Xbox again. I'll just simply say that they finally have games on their gaming console, which to me makes sense. Okay.
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
Ubisoft Showcase is going to be a banger already. We haven't even, way too many good games being shown there. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Hey, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. With the rest of us, I will see you guys on Tuesday. We will have the full panel, and we will discuss in depth what everyone thought, and listen, you're going to have Extreme on the show, so shit's about to pop off.
Yeah, because he said that people are going to be feeling some kind of way.
So Extreme is coming. So if you want to have a good time, hey, if you felt we're being too light, I think you're gonna get what you want out of Extreme. Jay Barry, hopefully he'll show up. He's gonna do his thing. So I'm gonna try also get an Xbox, content creator to see. Yes. I'm gonna try to get one. And we'll see. I will see what's up. All right. And that's it. All right. Anyway, this is the only friend of these YouTube streets, PorterRock77. On your way out, hit the like button, and that's it. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Keep it gaming, people. Keep it gaming.